If you're constantly battling low energy, cravings, weight control, watching your health slip away, listen up. There's a simple daily protocol they don't want you to know about that's helping people ditch their meds and reclaim their health. Up to 88% of Americans potentially suffer from some degree of insulin resistance. The Feel Great protocol is a simple two-step daily system designed to help your body work with you, not against you. Step 1. Unimate, a powerful yerba mate extract clinically shown to boost mood, increase mental clarity, and support fat burning. Step 2. A patented fiber matrix called Balance. Taken before meals, it helps regulate blood sugar, curb cravings, and support healthy insulin response. That's it. No crazy diets, no meds, just science-backed support your body actually understands. Feel Great is perfect for you if you have low energy, weight control, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, poor sleep, diabetes, snacking, sugar cravings, gut health, systemic inflammation. This isn't a trend, it's a transformation. Start today to reclaim your health with the Feel Great protocol.
Opinions across Austin about the joint attack between the United States and Israel against Iran that happened early this morning. Some people, like this group behind me, are thanking Trump and the United States government for following through the attack against Iran, while other people across the city say there needs to be more peace in the Middle East. Strike is drawing a variety of.
All right, a little lower on that clip. I tried to jack it up towards the end, but how is it going out there, my fellow world patriots? What that was is a little example of the media starting to not liking to report what they're being told to report. And he was like, yeah, no, we're not going to have that. What's this? Oh, they don't want you to report on this. Yeah, well, we're going to anyway. So that dude might be, you might see him on, I don't know, Right Side Broadcasting coming up soon, or Newsweek or something like that. Newsmax. We'll see what happens. But this guy right here, guys, he said, what? They don't want us to cover that? Yeah, I'm covering it anyway. But Mr. Matrix Codebreaker, how is it going on, dude? Unfortunately, there's not really much going on in the world. I don't know what in the world we'll talk about today, but how you doing anyway?
Yeah, it's been a really boring week. Absolutely nothing has happened. And yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to do today. So I guess we'll have to figure out something out, shouldn't we?
It's
I ran.
I jogged. I jogged.
It was a jog this week, and then it was a sprint to the finish.
Right? I mean, it was pretty crazy. And then we had, you know what I'm actually surprised about too? And I want to say hello to some of the folks, of course, in the wonderful chat out there, but, and happy Sunday to you. And we're getting a little bit more snow today. So, thankfully it's not going to be another blizzard. But I'm very shocked in that, and maybe, you know, maybe I haven't just come across it as much as I normally would see it, but maybe they're out there. You guys can you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me I'm not seeing as much of like, oh my God, Trump's doing whatever, BB, blah, 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 blah. Are you seeing that on X? I mean, because I see it more in the last couple of months than I've seen it since he's basically bombed Iran. Bomb Iran. Are you seeing any of that?
I'm seeing more black pilling as far as like saying that Trump's starting new wars. That's the main thing I'm seeing. And you know, oh, I thought he was stopping all wars. Look at it. Now he's trying to start World War III. That's the main thing I'm seeing, honestly. I don't see anything about him and Netanyahu all that much, except for a few chosen accounts that'll come across my screen. I think my algorithm is set okay right now because I haven't been getting any Israel stuff outside of people I actually follow that might throw something out there. It hasn't been in my feed all that much lately, actually.
Right. And so, yeah, it's getting bananas. I mean, I thought I would have seen a lot more of it. And for me, anyways, on my feed, I've been trying to engage with those people less. And so what I found is I have like that personality, like where I just can't see somebody talking the most, obnoxious lies about Trump and just let it sit there. And so me interacting with these people who are just trying to blackpill everybody, I think is what keeps putting them back into my feed. So you kind of, at one point you have to, my brain has to respond, but then I have to understand that the more I do, the more I'm going to see these people. So it's like this vicious cycle going on, it's crazy.
Which is why I purposely don't click on a lot of what we would consider clickbait or black pillars and whatnot. And I also don't respond to them like you just said, because I know the second I do it, it's going to take up half my feed every time I scroll. That's why I purposely try to avoid that type of stuff.
I mean, yeah, it's I'm gonna put up a little picture here too, dude. This is funny because I was asking you yesterday if that seemed like a proof to you. We'll get to that in a second. Let me give you a little update, and actually, Matrix, you can let me know if any of this sounds familiar. So this is today, President Trump at 12:21. Okay, and I think me and you had a little discussion. We were talking yesterday about my buddy who was giving me a little bit of information, and so let me know if any of what I read to you sounds anything to do with our conversation like last night around, I don't know what, 10 or 11. I've just been informed that we have destroyed and sunk 9 Iranian naval ships, some of them relatively large and important. We are going after the rest. They will soon be floating at the bottom of the sea. Also, in a different attack, we largely destroyed their naval headquarters. Other than that, their navy is doing very well. President Donald J. Trump. Sounds a little familiar to me anyway, dude. I mean, I think the direct quote is they're not going to have a navy when we're done. They're not going to have one stinking boat left.
Something along those lines. There's only one thing about this specific paragraph that he wrote that's bugging me.
Which one?
Floating. Why would you float at the bottom of the sea? You would sink, not float.
Huh. You make a good point, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is I found out he put this out literally. I mean, this came out less than an hour ago. I literally just saw it. So I read it once. And the one thing that stuck out to me is you don't float at the bottom of the sea. You sink to the bottom of the sea. So that's the only thing that bugs me. But yes, as far as our conversation goes, yeah, it's really freaky though, how that turned out to kind of happen. So,
I mean, and it's funny too, in the chat, we got, right there, Snackums says, yeah, how does something float at the bottom? So yeah, she caught that one. Snackums caught that one. But yeah, I just read it and I didn't even, I'm just like, oh yeah, floating at the bottom of the sea. Yep, no problem. Duh. Yeah, so
it's like saying somebody saying somebody fell up the steps. Oh wait, Biden did do that. Never mind.
Yeah, we've seen that old gag before, haven't we? Let me see. Let me see. I'm just going to try to paste in floating just to see. I mean,
it's not in there. I already checked. Floats in drop 1 drop. So go ahead and type in float, and you'll get. I think it's 1797. I think was the drop. As soon as I saw it, I did that because that word stuck out. Floating's not there, but floats in 1 drop. Yep, there it is.
1797. All these difference. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. And floats in in one of the long links or whatever too. It's not a word they use. So
interesting. Yeah, all these old posts. And that's the other thing too, right? Like we know the whole thing with Iran, and I get a text from my brother and he's reminding me, 7 countries in 10 years or whatever. How exactly did he put it? You remember they had a video where they had like some Joint Chiefs of Staff guy talking in like the Pentagon. And he's like, I just talked to this dude, and he's like, yeah, we're going to the Middle East and we're going to war with these people, this people, this people, and this people.
Yeah, it was like 6 countries or something like. I don't remember the exact amount of countries, but it was like a bunch of countries in a certain amount of years. And I remember that specifically because wasn't part of that, like it's part of the Rothschild banking takeover too, to take on all those things, to make the greater Israel and all that crap too.
Exactamundo. So what did he say? The exact quote was, Another Israel war, 7 countries in 5 years, finishing with ... So I'm like, well, who's the boogeyman now, right? And
Right.
what is really going on over there in Iran? And I liken it very much to a situation that we dealt with in 1819, Rocket Man, right? We were being shown that essentially Rocket Man, Kim Jong-il, whatever you want to say over there, they're not essentially running the show, right? And that they were never running the show. So I think it's a very similar thing going on in Iran. But then it comes down to who are the real enemies, right? Who is the real enemy of the United States? Is it one country, a couple of countries? Is it a deep state, built of elites from different countries? So I've been liking, and I know a lot of other folks have been liking, that some of the posts for that Promethean action, and I'm not going to obviously play their stuff, but they're talking about like, hey, essentially, these Iranians have actually been, they've had like, British petroleum in there, and Britain has been in there since like 1906. They said. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Okay, so. Is it, what country is our original enemy, right? What country do we leave? We did a nice display on Friday with Enoch, had that digital album showing a lot of the history and stuff. That was a crazy time, dude, but it goes all the way back, to the founding of when we left that country because of a very small amount of tax on a tea, comparably, especially to what we're dealing with today, no?
Right, exactly. And real quick, I got a raid as well. Thank you very much, Max Force, for that raid over here on the Pilled side. Thank you, brother. Welcome and good to see you.
Thanks, Max
yeah,
Force.
it goes way back. The thing about it goes back to directly to starting of the country and all that, because of course we had to break away from England, the UK, Europe. Period. Just Europe. We had to break away, do our own thing, and. How I kind of look at it, though, too, is like, I know the years we have for everything's all messed up, but I always go back specifically to 1871 with the Organics Act, when we were officially taken over and the Rothschilds basically became the owners of us. And that's what began the downhill spiral that, led to our Social Security numbers, the Federal Reserve, and all of that crap. So I go back really far with this stuff. So, yeah, you can go back really, really deeply into history with
it. My buddy's excuse me. So I think I may have touched on it in the past, and I've had him. I think I touched on it maybe a couple shows ago, where buddy from New Hampshire and Massachusetts was kind of raked over the coals about the Child Protective Services deal, and luckily he just got his he got like a hearing the other day for time served, and this guy was a business owner, dude, and was never charged with any crime, and they made him do hula hoops to basically get his daughter back, custody of his own daughter. And so it's another nightmare. So coming up in the next few months, I think I'll be covering more of that. And there's some people up in Massachusetts that are Massachusetts and New Hampshire area that are going to be doing some things along those lines as well. Because, dude, I've talked about it in the past. Per Child Protective Services own numbers, 8 out of every 10 kids that's in Child Protective Services is not there like with a valid reason, and that's their own statistics. Yeah, how horrible that is. So man, I just wish I could have got his call, but he's watching. So what's up, brother? If you're listening, man, hang in there, and hopefully you get out very soon. And that's a tough situation too, dude, because you have to go before a parole board for something you didn't do anything wrong in. And what do they want to hear at a parole board? Oh, I'm reformed, and I should have never done that. And it's like, well, you're gonna appeal it too, right? So it's like, you don't want to be sitting there saying like, I should have done this better or whatever, and then you bring that up in appeal. Well, it said here that you admitted, you know what I mean? So kind of a tough situation. So I think I'm gonna kind of retouch and revisit this story, or we'll get back to this stuff in a second, brother, because as a lot of people may have heard, we had another situation last night. If there's anything else you want to drop in on this before I do, go ahead, brother. Absolutely.
I want to say something. Cyrus the Great in the chat. I see what you said in the chat about the Caesar cipher. I copied and pasted, or took a screenshot of it. I can't think of that right this second, but I'll take a look at that. No, go ahead, go for it. Yeah. He came over from your side. He's asking me about put floating into a Caesar code key type thing, but I can't do that right this second. But I took screenshots of it, brother. I'll have to look at that after the show and check that out because that sounds interesting.
Yeah, that's above my pay grade right there.
Yeah, that's up my alley. It's up my alley. So
yeah, and I don't want to show. Yeah, I'll make sure I'm not showing anything. Some people were posting some stuff on X, and they're not even putting any type of warning or anything up there, and there was some nasty footage there. So again, we're not there. We don't know what exactly is going on, but 55-second clip, Matrix.
All right, 55, huh?
Oh, this isn't exactly Fox, but somebody clipped it. But here we go.
Digging deeper into that mass shooting in Austin, Texas with some brand new information. I had mentioned before, 3 people killed. Fox confirmed the shooter who police killed was a naturalized citizen from Senegal. Sources are now telling Fox the shooter was wearing clothing that said Allah on it, and he had on an undershirt with an Iranian flag on it. The FBI has just announced they are investigating this as a possible act of terrorism. They said maybe, probably, could be. They're investigating it as such now.
Maybe, probably,
a possible
could be, huh?
act of terrorism. We will update you with any new information. And remember, the overall talk from our federal government and direction to American citizens, head on a swivel now. Wherever you're going, large crowds, just be aware of your surroundings and your circumstances. As a nation, we can do this, but we got to think about what we're doing and where we're going. Digging deep.
I know you heard that. Did you
Yeah.
hear, did you hear the part that I'm keying in on? Let's see. Let's see if I can pull it up on the drops. Did you hear what she said?
I don't know what you're keying in on. My focus hit something else because you pulled this up. I saw the picture of the guy on the TV after what we talked about before the show.
So is that the dude? All right. So let's pull
I think it might be.
All right, let's pull it up. So maybe I got lucky here. Maybe
you might have.
Maybe
you really actually might have.
Maybe it was good.
Holy crap.
Maybe it was dynamite research from Spaceshot here. Let's see. So this person here is saying the suspect in the mass shooting in Austin this morning is, and so this is a very weird name, Indiaga Diagne, American citizen born in Senegal, living in Flugelberg, I don't even know, whatever, Texas. Shooting is being investigated and motivated by ideology. A Quran found near his car. Then you have that woman, Valentina Gomez. She's like, yeah, he circled the place a couple times. He had a Quran in his car. He was clearly Muslim, blah, 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 blah. So what was kind of giving me pause to bring this to the folks was that you had other people. And again, you got people just basically dropping stuff left and right.
That's it. That's him. That's it. That's who they showed on Fox. That's it.
Oh, okay, perfect.
That's the exact picture I was about to show you.
Oh, nice.
Yes, what are the odds that it says property of Allah on his shirt?
Very, very weird. And yeah, so the reason I was kind of timid to bring it is you had a few posts out there were saying, oh, it was this 15-year-old kid from this country and 16-year-old kid from whatever, and I'm like, well, who is the guy? So I checked out this person's name and I found this, and I think it might be the dude. Looks like him. I mean, I don't know. That's the same name.
They're both bald. They're both bald. They're both black. They're both black men. And one has glasses, one don't. They look very similar, bro.
I mean, I can't, And again, too, another thing is, and I don't want to sit here. I'm not, reporting that this is the guy because I can't tell you 100%. And then another thing is, it's not like the greatest photo. This photo looks like it was taken in 1972. Like, what's with this? What's with these lines? Like, what is that?
That's a TV. It's the side of their TV. It looks like the people that took the picture. It looks like their TV.
The TV smashed in.
Yeah. No, here, let me look at the picture they showed up on Fox. Is that the exact same? I can tell you. So that's the picture Fox literally put up. I can actually hear. I don't know where Fox got this picture from, but you have the picture without the line at the bottom that says Austin shooter had Allah on his clothing. This one here I'm looking at that I took was from Fox. The one you're looking at, they got it somewhere else. So where they got this picture from, I'm not sure.
Inbox. Received photo alleged Austin mass shooter from last night. Reporting said he has killed 3 and injured 14. So there's footage, of a bar, and you see people doing chest compressions and, running back and forth. So again, and I always attributed that to the drops, but I don't know if that was actually in the drops, right? But we were kind of always told to keep your head on a swivel back then. And I just looked up the word swivel, SWIVEL, and there was nothing in there. So maybe it was putting posts in there in my head that never existed.
Well, keep your head on a swivel is kind of the same as be vigilant as well and stuff like that. Like they don't say swivel, but they do, keep your eye on the ball, watch your surroundings, basically everything but keep your head on a swivel. They say everything just like it, though. So you probably just got a little confused with it. But, that picture looks old. That's my thing about it. That's what's bugging me.
Right, doesn't it? I mean, but here's the other thing, too, and I've done this numerous times. Let me see what's a good example. Well, you see how in his shirt you have like these kind of lines going up here, like digital pixelization lines or whatever. I'll do that from time to time when, when I'm, say, recording a picture or a video on my TV. It has this thing. If I get too close to the TV, it starts giving these like interference patterns or something like that. So that's what that could be. But again, like, unless these people have a smashed in TV, like, where is this photo from? That's weird to me. And again, I can't tell you. If you take the glasses off, and I am colorblind, right? But this guy looks a little darker. But then again, this picture is probably taken. You can see it's taken in light. You can see the light on his forehead there. So again, I don't know. But if this is him, he's a DDR chief with the United Nations Multidimensional Integrated Stabilization Mission in Mali. So this, and you don't know when they made this website too. Like, this could be 5 years ago, this could be 10 years ago, this could be anything. But yeah, geographic focus. A lot of this is in the Africa area, Middle East. Yep.
You won't believe this. Joe, shout out Joe Rambo. He just sent me a text message and just said we had Head on a Swivel yesterday by Ezra Cohen. 2 years ago, due to years of open borders under Biden and Obama, we must all be extremely vigilant at home. Iranian regime agents who have infiltrated our country may attempt to cause disruption in the United States. Please keep your head on a swivel. You've got to be joking me.
Come on, Ezra.
Come on. Shout out Joe Rambo. And I guess I'll go ahead and do this. Now, Joe Rambo also popped in with a $10 Rumble rant. Thank you very much. Good seeing you, Joe. It says, boom time. Let's go. Best news collaboration on Sundays. Put this show at the top. Smack that thumbs up, friends. Thank you very much, Joe Rambo. Thank you for the text. I did that to him last night on his show with a text as well. So you got me back with that. Thank you very much. Wow. You asked about swivel and we got it directly.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's awesome. And let's get to that one in a second. But I also got some love from our friend, Mr. Rambo and Friends. Says, stopping by all the Friends channels to say boom with 2 Qs. Smack the thumbs, friends. So appreciate that, brother. And also, we got Just In Case Friend, FREN, dropped another 5 subscriptions to the channel. So we greatly appreciate that as well. Oh, God. G Quick in the chat, Matrix, and I'm not the best gematria person, so I don't know. G Quick says Allah in simple gematria is 34.
Oh God.
All right,
34
right?
is DJT's 34 as well. So that's funny as hell.
My word, right? Let's see. So never effing forget William F. Buckley, Destruction, very sad to see. Diego Garcia. This is so it was here, whatever. Pray for our troops. 3 service members have been killed in action. So let's see here, because again, we talked about something yesterday that I never got to get a verification whether that was okay to talk about. But he usually won't tell me things that I can't talk about anyway. So he says, "This is U.S. Central Command. 3 U.S. service members have been killed in action and 5 were seriously wounded as part of the Operation Epic Fury. Several others sustained minor shrapnel injuries and concussions and are in the process of being returned to duty. Major combat operations continue and our response effort is ongoing. Situation is fluid, so out of respect for the families, we will withhold additional information, including the identities of our fallen warriors, until 24 hours after next of kin have been identified." So Obviously there are people that have been killed here, and war is horrible. We never want to see people on any side, really. I don't want to see death on any side. But of course, when we do an operation of this magnitude, there was also one that we saw a little bit of one of our ships that was actually attacked as well. Did you happen to see that one, brother?
Again, literally this morning, whenever I was trying to do my catch-ups, I literally just ran across it. All I've done is just heard basically what you just said. That's all I know about it.
Gotcha. All right, let me pull this one up here too, and I'll let the folks tell me, dude, because I thought it was a little bit more than just an average text message the other day. See.
Yeah, your text messages. I'm a person that I don't like hearing people get information from other people. I'm not a fan of that. But when you said it to me last night, and then we come to today, and we're like, whoa, it was pretty good actually. So I don't have anything to say about that one no more.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, oh, whatever sort. And I've never gotten information ahead of time from this person before, but you guys tell me. This post was taken, this text I received, this is when I was doing my 5-hour live stream playing Arc Raiders the other day, video games. And so when I got off at like 2:30 in the morning, I seen, oh, we're attacking Iran. Then I look at my phone and I see 10:45, so 3.5 hours before that, oh, somebody dropped me a live stream from Iran and Israel and Qatar and says, get ready. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what you call that, but seems like something to me. I don't think that's a
I would say. No,
Oh, God.
No.
So,
were you awake last night when Trump, or not last? Was it last night? 2 nights ago when Trump went with his 8-minute video or whatever that he dropped.
yes,
He
and
did
he
that
actually
stuff in the middle
redropped
of the
it today.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He redropped it. Okay.
Yeah,
So
he just
check on Friday night. Long story short would be is I didn't get basically any sleep Thursday night. I did 2 rounds of disc golf, got home, got on with Adel, then went straight to our Faraday Friday, and then didn't. Like, I was awake all day long, right? So after the show, I was still going to where I couldn't fall asleep. So I took some Benadryl to knock me out.
boy.
The Benadryl Chuck Norris roundhouse kicked me in the face, and I'm sitting here like ready to fall asleep on my computer, and I see Trump drop that. And I see it, I start watching it. I'm like, there's nothing I can do. I'm going to pass out. And so I pass out. So I wake up the next day and I had to leave again as soon as I woke up. I missed everything from the time he dropped that until last night when I got home. I had no idea what had happened. Nothing.
wow.
None. So I missed all of the news, all the war, all the big stuff that dropped. I didn't see a single bit of it yesterday.
Yeah, and that, and just to quote essentially, because I was asking about, let me get it. So I was essentially told that yes, we do have casualties, but we do not have this is a quote, we do not have hundreds dead in any locations. And that there may be a high up, there may be a general, let's just put it that way, that may have passed. And then so I look at that and I say, if a general had passed, then most likely it had to be other people within that group, because you don't put a general out on the tip of the spear, right? Like that wouldn't make any sense. So unfortunately, yes, we're gonna have some casualties, of course, and I don't use that word lightly. I think any human life is precious, and don't think anybody should. But here we got this was also sent to me. So let's see. Chinese. You can translate this for us.
看着啊，起烟了没有？航母被炸了啊！看到啊！航母被炸！哇塞，航母被炸了啊！看到啊！看到没有？看见了吧？这航母被炸了啊！哎呦，我说话是不会说，现在被炸。哇塞！哎呦哇塞，这航母被炸了啊！看。
I don't think we need to hear them anymore. Huh? What was he saying there? So apparently this is being reported anyways as a Chinese tourist in Israel. Again, I don't know. That they're saying essentially that's one of our ships under attack here. Chinese tourist in Tel Aviv captured footage of a U.S. military support ship being hit by an Iranian missile. Thick black smoke billowing out, confirming rumors from Iranian military reports of strikes concentrated on American vessels. So of course they're going to attack, the closest things to them. And I'm pretty shocked that we haven't seen anything, or maybe I'm not really shocked, but were you expecting anything, now that you've seen and you know that we did what we did and what's going is what's going. Did you expect that there would be any other countries that would, or actually, how about this? In a regular, non-screwed up Anon world, right? Would you expect another country or any other countries to kind of stand up and be like, what the hell? Because I just find it's very interesting that we seem to be riding roughshod all over the world, and nobody seems to be doing diddly squat about it, right? Like we went in there, and whether you want to say Maduro was a legitimate president or we don't recognize him as president, he was essentially the president of that country. We went in there and took that dude out, right? And then we went over there and we, basically hit Iran. How long ago was that? It felt like 3 months ago. It was probably a year ago by now, but we did that where we took out their things, and then now they're building them back again. So what are you making of this whole situation? Because I was on with Hulk yesterday, and we played a clip, and I'm like, I think we listened to that clip two different ways, right?
Okay.
I mean, how are you reading the whole thing? Because I see Trump say, well, no, they're saying, how did he say? He said, yeah, we destroyed everything. And they're like, no, we didn't. Yeah, we did. No, we didn't. And it's like, is that what they're going to always keep going back to? Because they need that boogeyman in Iran. So I'm seeing it like Trump is saying, hey, we thought we were blown up here. But then you're saying no. So it's this argument between, is this facility busted or not? And do we need to go back and bomb them or not? You know what I mean? So we'll see how this works out going forward. But any of your thoughts on this whole conundrum?
I gotta speak out of two sides out of my mouth here. Narrative style, and then what possibly is really going on style. So again, I look at everything coming in at a timing. We're in a certain phase of everything. What I call D-class disclosure, stuff like that. The simple fact is like in the first round or first term for Trump, we had the whole capitulation tour, right? And so this time around, we're seeing like the actual might. We're seeing things actually happen. So as far as this very specific thing with Iran, I feel like this is something that's not exactly in real time, or it's being fed to us a certain way. Because put it like this: do you really think that if we took out with Midnight Hammer all of their nukes and whatnot, do you really think they could have rebuilt that fast? Would we have allowed them to even start rebuilding? And then that's gonna, like you said, is that really just going to be the story they're going to use and whatnot? So I don't know what the underlying reason is, but there's something to do with the timing of everything. Like they go and take their nukes out, and they're like, oh, well, they're building them back up. But this time around, instead of, oh, we're going to give them 10 days, they didn't take the deal, now we're going to go kill Rouhani or whatever the heck the guy's name was. So it's all about timing to me. So it's like I don't know what's going on. But when we talked about this last week, like what do we think the ships are doing over there? Why are they in these certain places? Because you really can't surround Iran. But turns out here we are a week later, and they really did hit Iran. So what do we see really going on? That I don't know. So what I think the end game to it, though, is it's the flipping of Iran, like we seen in the drops. Give the power to the people, take their freedom back. I don't remember the exact words to the drop, but what we're seeing is the timed thing of Iran becoming a democracy, republic, or whatever the heck they're going to be, but changing them from this extremist state that literally for years, which I don't know what to believe or not, but they caused terror around the world, right? Well, if we're going in and taking them down, I think it's the best thing possible. I think this is a big, how do I want to describe this? I got to combine two things. Long story short, the State of the Union gave a specific go code I kind of found inside of it. And it's funny how right afterwards, so we had Midnight Hammer, we had the threats to Iran, and it's the State of the Union, there's a weird go message in it. And here we are a few days later, and the Iran stuff really, truly kicks off. So again, I think it all comes to timing of every little thing. I don't really know. I don't know what to say about it, but us getting hit too. Did I expect us to have any casualties? Well, if there's a real war, then yes, there's always going to be casualties. Just like whenever we talk about false flags or fake or real things, there's still real people, and people can really get killed. It's called collateral damage. So I don't attest to know what's happening, but a lot of it doesn't make sense, and the timing of it's always just way too perfect for me. So
Yeah, they definitely pre-recorded that message that Trump put out at 2:30 in the morning, right?
yeah,
Like,
thank you. So it's pre-recorded, and that's the whole thing too. That means they knew something was going to happen, when it was going to happen, and it's fed to us at just the right time, with just the right wording. So.
exactly. And so we showed this really quick yesterday. Let me pop this up. Again, and I'm not saying, there is or isn't anything going on. I'm just giving you guys these as kind of data points here. So what is it? This is a total of, this is by accident. It was 34 seconds. So this was me watching at, I don't know, I think a couple hours later. So this is like 4 in the morning. I think I scrolled back or whatever. But long story short, I scrolled back until the time where I started watching these feeds go down, right? You got Tehran over here. If you notice, Tel Aviv and Israel all pixelated out here. Israel right here, pixelated out. But you got Tehran, Iran, and then you got a panorama of the sky, and then a close-up area of another area in Tehran. Now, I'll put the sound up. There's not much noise, but you can actually hear the everyday happenings. You can hear cars driving by. You can hear whatever. And I'm like, all right. I went into the chat and I'm like, hey, did you guys hear and see booms like in here? And they're like, yeah, the feeds went off like 8-10 minutes ago. You saw the boom. And I'm like, all right, let me go back and record it. So just for, for clarity and openness, the first one I think that goes off is this one. And then it was another 2 minutes. And then I think this one and then this one. So it ended up being like a 2-minute gap, and I ended up cutting out that time in between, just so you guys could see the moments right before these feeds went off. And so I'll play it, and then let me know if you see or hear anything that should, like, all of a sudden drop all these feeds.
All right.
Now it's edited to the next one's about to go down. Boom. And then this one right here is, in my opinion, would show the most because it's showing more of the skylines. And you're not seeing any booms or shakes or any lights here at all. So last one here. I mean, could that be a rocket? It also could be a guy driving down the highway at 70 miles an hour. Right, so all these things went off, and I hear 0 booms, 0 nothing. So I don't know. And then again, this is even around the time that Trump dropped that post at 2:30. So I scrubbed to, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes before he made that post, and that's when these things started going off. But then if you put that into your head that he pre-recorded that and then later uploaded it at 2:30 in the morning. Well, then we look around, 2:25, 2:30, we start to see that these feeds start to go out. And I'm like, it's just not adding up. You know what I mean? For me, it's just not adding up, right?
I wonder if they're changing out the feeds. And what I mean by that would be is if you have their feeds that are running showing everything's fine, and you have feeds, again, this is going into get your tinfoil hats on. So if you're going full control, things happened in the past and we're now getting to see it happen now. You have your feeds for overseas, and of course, if they're going out random, if it's pre-recorded from Trump, and then when it's released by Trump, suddenly these videos go down, and then when videos come up, you have all kinds of bombs going off or videos of missiles. Are they implanting the videos that happened in the past with the new dates built in onto them so we can watch what happened before happen in real time to make the timing be perfect? The fact that what you just said and how you went through that and how it doesn't make sense, why did they go down? There's no reason we saw it go down. We didn't hear anything. It makes you wonder, what are they really doing? What's really happening? Why'd they get taken down? And again, with my brain and how I see things, it makes you wonder if that's when they were implanting that footage. But again, that's just a theory based on what you just said. So, yeah, very interesting.
Well, the thing is, too, I never have to put my tinfoil hat back on because it never comes off.
Well, for you, I'm talking to the crowd out there. I know me and you are. I have a permanent tinfoil hat suit. It covers my whole body. So
yeah, mine's stapled to my skull. Okay, let's see. So again, here, this is you know, again, to be expected and unfortunate. And so, you know, I cannot reiterate this enough, which is kind of what we saw and talked about a little while ago, is keep your head on a swivel, right? These people from other countries, right? They're not the same as us, right? And it's almost like they don't act human. And, you know, I don't want to sound like I'm some like horrible, you know, person, racist or whatever, but it's like, we don't go to other countries, right? Like we don't go to any, you know, whatever country A, B, C, D, whatever you want to say, right? Oh, you know, oh, it's a pretty girl over there. I think I'll just knock her in the head and pull her around the corner and rape her. It's like there's no country that's acceptable on, right? Like, you know, caveman times.
Well,
maybe.
that we know of. Know of.
That we're aware of, right? That, you know, normal human beings are you know, that we go by a certain code, and then some of these people, like, it's nothing to them to rape a person, a kid, a girl, whatever, what have you.
Right.
So yeah, I just don't, you know, it's a total different mindset to just be like, well, I'm in a different country, and, you know, I didn't know I couldn't do that there. Oh, really? You didn't? Yeah, you can't do that in any country. Sorry.
Well, I mean, put it like this, country laws, you're probably right. But we also know that certain people like, you know, goats and those same people, it's okay for them to do stuff to little kids and their own children and everything else. So even though it might not be legal, there are people that grow up thinking that is normal and it's an okay thing. We call those third world countries, and those are some of the people they were bringing into our country and into Europe, which is why we're seeing so many rapes and murders and all of that. So there are people that think that's normal, but us normal humans know it's not. So
that's crazy, dude. And and I don't care how many, you know, how many times people may roll their eyes, dude, but that whole thing with the 666 with the royal friggin' horses, and then Jeffrey, was it former Prince Andrew getting arrested, 66 birthday with 6 police officers, dude. That to me is that's a mind bender to me, dude. Like that is a absolute freaking mind bender. Like, do you guys understand? Like, think about people have their questions about control, right? Like, some people full control, some people don't believe you have full control, or whatever have you. But when I see something like that, dude, that to me is just like above and beyond crazy to me, right? And so I'll pop it up for anybody who's like, what the hell is this talking about? If you guys haven't seen this, because I've talked about it a few times in the last, you know, few weeks, dude, the fact that these happen to be royal horses, right? And so now you didn't know what to think of it, or I didn't know what to think of it back then when I saw it. I'm like, all right, well, what the hell is this? Horses that appear to have blood all over them. And it's like, well, they're royal horses. And then I'm like, all right, well, still, where do we put that? Like, royal horses bloodied up? I don't know. But then when I see this Tamara post where it shows this, and then I did go to the time date thing and verify everything, 666 days later, it's almost like you're butchering the royals, right?
Yeah.
That's how I'm reading it. And then again, back to our previous conversation, is who are our original enemies, right?
Yeah,
England,
exactly.
the royals.
Exactly.
So, dude, that for me is just like, I don't know, man. I could stare at that all day and just be like, I'm dumbfounded to see how the hell, like, how does somebody even remember to be like, oh, well, it's 665 days. Hey, Matrix, tomorrow, remember, you got to go grab 5 cops and go arrest that piece of ish Andrew over there. Like,
yeah.
How do they remember to do all this stuff? Like, there's no way in hell it's a coincidence. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? There's just no way in hell that's a coincidence.
Well, there's also more coincidences that you might not see that I'm looking at on the screen. So
right on the screen?
Though it says, yeah, blood-soaked royal horses escape and bolt through. Right below it, it says a date, April 24th of 2024.
That's a 6.
Well, let me give the whole thing. So you have the 24th and the year 24. Both of those are 4 + 2 is 6. Left over is April and a 2, which is another 4, and a 2, which is another 6, which is a 666, and the date all by itself. Holy crap, bro. I did not notice that till right now.
See, I
mean, wait a minute. So 666 days, and then the actual date they put it out, not only is it 666 days, but the date itself has 666 built into it. And Andrew got arrested on his 66th birthday.
Yeah.
Dude, come on.
How about
What?
let's see if I can pull this up for you quick. I didn't plan on doing this. Here we go. And then after I showed this last week, and this wasn't the same post that I showed, was this. Jeffrey Epstein was 66 years and 6 months old when he died. Escaped, broken out, died. That day, when he was reported, Jeffrey Epstein died. He was 66 years and 6 months old. Huh.
There's also a 666 involved with the Queen. I don't remember exactly what it is. Was it from the day something happened to her to the day of her funeral? It was also, or the day she died was also 666 days as well. I don't remember which thing connected to it, but there's a very specific one for the Queen as well.
Dude, I mean, to see stuff like that, right? Because I understand some people have their doubts about certain things. But to see something like that just kind of, it literally knocks my socks off, dude. I'm just like, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
And think about it. They have to put all this together. Like you said, like, how do they do it? I break my brain almost every show when I sit here and try and just think, how do they put all of this together? Because I'm only seeing one or two things, right? You're seeing one or two things or whatever, but it's everywhere in all of the media that they're doing this in. It's like everything Trump says. It's stuff that's built into it. How do they do that? And if you're a anon and a weirdo autist like I am, everything Trump says connects back to the Q drops as well. And then you start noticing, wait a minute, so does MSNBC, so does CNN, so does Fox News. Oh shit, so does Elon Musk. So does how do they do that? I don't know, but it's a brain breaker. I can tell you that.
Remember, they were asked, and I end up searching for this because there happens to be, I think it's like 470 posts that have what I'm about to show you, or excuse me, have the word that I'm about to show you. But this specific post, it took me, I don't know, 25 minutes to find it because I'm like, no, I know there's a post in there that says this. And so let me see, because remember, people asked Q back in that day that same question. Dude, how do you know the future? How do you know everything all the time? And the answer was a simple one-word response. Control.
Control.
Right? And this is 2018. So, just for a quick trip down memory lane, and this is what you have to understand and believe too, Matrix, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, is the way all this stuff laid out in this in that administration, it didn't make any sense whatsoever to me, right? And how do they know the future? And how do they keep telling us all these things ahead of time, right? And I don't know what the hell they must be using to. They had to have this stuff laid out in a way that, maybe has to be AI or something like that helping them, like where they're getting notifications like you need to do this, or do you think they're doing some of these on the fly? Like, how do you think some of these are planned out? Because it's wild to me to think that that they can do some of the things that they do, and we've seen it time and time again, like over and over. And so, dude, I'm still blown away about the Loretta Lynch friggin' decode that you did like last week and the week before, because like anybody to sit there and tell me that that's a coincidence, you got to be smoking some peyote, because it's like, no. All right, 1L. All right, they messed it once, and then they did it again, and then they touched on it again, and then again. It's like, dude, no. At a certain point, this stuff is more than coincidence, right?
Yeah, and I wish I had any form of answer. I don't. I really, truly don't. Like, it has to be a combination of Looking Glass, AI, quantum computing, and the best geniuses in the world. And if you think of 60,000 man army, it has to be triple or quadruple that by now if it's going to be as this on point as it is. I really don't. I break my own brain when I try to think about how it's even possible that they do all this. I really don't know. But I do also find it crazy that you pulled this one drop up that you wanted to show us because it says control. And look at the drop number happens to have 606 in it, which is 66, which is what we just saw for Andrew. It says 2606. So 2-6 or 2 sixes and a 6 would be 3 sixes. The date is 12/12, which is 6/6 and 6/6. 18's the year. That's triple sixes. The 6 is the timestamp, and 42 is 4 + 1 is 6, and 5 + 1 is 6. I see 6s across the entire top of that line.
You got 6s everywhere.
Everywhere. That's the thing. So we just talked about the 6s, and you chose this drop to talk about this, and you chose a drop with nothing but 6s built in on the entire thing. That's freaky.
That was the only one too. I believe that's the only one that says that. But look at this. Like I went to put that in response to that horse post essentially. But look at 426 total posts with the word control in it. That's interesting, right? That they mention it so many times. Taking control, who controls, we have control. And so that's something that some people think kind of over the years, right? Like some people have different opinions on what happened. Like, okay, Trump lost that election. They didn't plan on it, but he went away and he, had to fight and to take power back, right? Some people believe that. Now, I would say to those people, how do you explain a situation like a John McStain, right? I think we can all agree that we were told ahead of time that he would be back in the news in 30 days, right? Exactly 30 or whatever it was. Hands up 30 days later. So
yep.
we were told ahead of time that they took a sitting senator off the playing field, right? And my guess is that he didn't want to go along with it, so that's why he went out the way he did, right? He was probably ornery and said, "Screw you." Maybe they just took him out just like that. But to have the power to do something like that, does anybody believe that if you had that amount of control that you would be able to lose it and then have to fight back to get it back into 2024 and 25 to fight your back way into the White House, and now he's got control again, and now he can try to finish what he started back then? Or does it make more sense that they had that much power back then and kept it the whole way through? I mean, that's up to each individual's opinion. But I mean, how I think I know how you see it, but like, any thoughts on that one?
Well, I never thought this till basically the last year or two, what I'm about to say. But when Obama put in, what made propaganda legal? What was that called again? I always brain fart on this. Is that Smith-Mundt?
Yep.
Okay, yep. So when that came into play and it allowed our news to lie, I have two ways of looking at it, as I typically do. Was it for the bad guys to have free reign over us, or was it done by the white hats on purpose, already having control way back when, to where they had to allow themselves to propagandize us in order to wake the people up? So it's kind of a weird way I look at it, but it feels like the Smith-Mundt Act would have been a smart thing to do for the white hats in order to show the people what they've been doing to us for however long it's been going on. I think that's a big piece of it right there. Because I don't know. I think that they had control of our TVs and every bit of media for so long that the only way it was possible for us to be able to take back control was to allow ourselves to propagandize people to show them the truth. That's how I feel.
Yeah, and so you see a lot of people from time to time, they're like, oh, they need to repeal that Smith-Mundt Act, and I'm like, maybe not just yet. I think Trump might need it for kind of what he's doing here. That's just how I see it, right? And could they lay all the cards on the table right now? I don't know, but I was talking to somebody about it the other day. I was telling my neighbor about that Prince Andrew, the 666 stuff, and he was just like, wow, that's crazy. So some people are absolutely starting to see it, and then when you show them, especially, we talked about this stuff before, and I told him, I said, have you heard the newest stuff about Epstein? He goes, oh yeah, all these people are coming out. I said, and again, I've had this conversation with about 5 different people last week. Yeah, I didn't want to lead with it, but they may be eating people, and then you get that glazed look in the eye. Then it's like, and then you tell them about how they were talking about jerky and being refrigerated and this, that, and the other, and it's like, oh
yeah.
I said I didn't want to lead with that one 6 or 7 years ago, but now that it's kind of out and verified, yeah, right? It's tough.
I remember this. I remember back in the day, and we're going way back. We're talking way before Q. Whenever I was coming across all the crazy rituals of eating humans and this, that, and the other. And it wasn't exactly all the way to the point of eating babies and all that yet, but it was all about eating humans and everything. And I'll tell you what, whenever I came across that and I first got into that rabbit hole, it really was the biggest just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, would you bring that up to somebody? And it's like, 10 plus years later, we have a joke now of going 0 to adrenochrome or 0 to eating babies. And it's like, we laugh at that now. It's like, I actually remember the days back, like, a while back when certain things just like this were said. It's like, I had the same, glossy-eyed look back in the day with no planes for 9/11. But, 15 years ago, if you mentioned anything about cannibalism, like, people thought you were a nut job too. But, I mean, it turned out like, hey, Alex Jones was right? He happened to be right on it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh my goodness, that's so funny. I gotta read this one later. You guys will laugh your butt off. But so check this out. You're gonna find the next article I bring up interesting. But this one right here. So 43 seconds. No need to really play it. But they're basically saying FBI announces mass shooting occurred Sunday morning in Austin may have links to terrorism. Oh, what gave it away? The guy that says property of Allah and allegedly had an Iranian shirt on underneath there? Huh. What gave it away there, geniuses? I don't know, Matrix. It's just doesn't make sense. But this might make sense. We're going to go back in time. You ready? You want to take a little trip back in time to January? January's fun. Well, Trump and his mean administration, always going after all these neighbors of mine in Minnesota and these, really good, wholesome people. Oh, wait, what do we have here? Criminal alien from Iran, convicted of being a felon in possession of a firearm in Minnesota, where he was sentenced to 15 months in prison. He's a former member of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps with admitted connections to Hezbollah.
wow.
Isn't that cute?
Yep.
How about that?
He looks like a midget too.
Right? Was he a tiny guy? It's all in the what do you call it? The closer to the camera, they're bigger.
Yeah, I know. He still looks like a midget though.
No, he's a little dude. He's definitely a little guy. Right here it says, never forget, among the 10,000 illegal aliens Trump caught in Minneapolis was one of Ayatollah's Islamic Revolutionary Guard soldiers hiding out in the sanctuary city. This is who Democrats protect by keeping the Department of Homeland Security shut down. And actually,
that makes sense then too. With the guy you brought up from the shooting last night, the guy that we just got to look at, if now it makes sense of why they say it's ties to terrorism because of something like that. Okay, that makes perfect sense. He could be somebody like that.
Yeah, and again, I don't, again, it's not the clearest of footage. So
no, but it's fairly similar though. You can see that dude has no hair, and if he wasn't smiling, I mean, that's pretty damn close. That's pretty damn close.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that's a match, but it's close.
His hand, it looks very dark, and his skin looks very dark there. And again,
his hand looked like a black glove. His hand looked like a black glove.
Yeah, actually, you're right. It does look like a glove.
Yeah,
but maybe not on that hand. So again, I don't want to sit here and tell you guys 100% that's the guy, but that is allegedly the shooter's name, and then this guy is out of Mali, and allegedly that dude is out of that region. So integrated DR training group. It's like, oh well, what were you training on doing exactly?
Right.
See,
very interesting.
Sorry, SGT says it's pronounced core, not corpse. I've always done that historically, always. Bit Choking Puke says I'm late, but Robert De Niro is going on MS Now for an hour-long show showing his Trump derangement.
Nice.
That's gonna be fun, dude.
Good
and
Lord.
What a shit show that was. The Democrat response or whatever to the State of the Union last week. It was bad.
I think that was good. No, it was good. It was very good. What are you talking about? It was the best thing ever. It was okay. So everybody heard it. You know, I got it. It was a trap. It was literally a trap
Loved it.
for all eyes to see. The simplest stuff. You have people that got raped, people that survived stuff. You have the gold medal winners. I mean, Erica Kirk. You had all kinds of stuff for everybody to stand up and clap for, but they didn't stand up for any of it. And he called them out. He called out Nancy Pelosi by name. There's nothing they can do to argue with anybody about their reasoning for it. We have midterms in what, 6 or whatever months from now. So he laid the trap. They easily just walked in as though they had no idea what was going to happen. And I think that helps immensely moving forward. People just before the State of the Union were worried all so much about these midterms. Oh, we're going to get crushed in the midterms because of this, this, and this. Well, I think that was a big, big help for a lot of the normies out there who truly vote, who truly maybe not know, or this here helped us big time.
Yeah, the fact that they wouldn't stand for some of the things is it's just like you said, you should be ashamed of yourself, right? Ashamed of yourself. And this is going back a few days, so if anybody didn't see it on my side of the feed, Dave at News Trees and posted it out. And I think he said, didn't he say that it was like 21 to 22 or 23 members actually took the trip, but only 17 came out?
Correct. There was between 3 and 5, I think, that did not walk out there when they did this. So it was oddly enough, just so happened to be exactly 17 of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh boy. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then this dude back here, 18, got the door shut in his face.
Yeah, it's not, he's not out. Yeah, no, it's definitely 17. Dude.
Right?
Come on.
It's just crazy. Things are getting more and more verified and more wild at the same time. But again, I'm surprised on my feed because typically when I go, even if I go here on the following tab and I start scrolling down or whatever, all I start to see is all these black pillars. But did you also know, actually I get another good one from another one of our good friends, Mr. Awakened Outlaw had an interesting post earlier. Don't know if you've seen it. If you did or did not.
I have not.
Let's take a look. Got something to show? You want to see it? Let's check it out.
Let's do it.
All
Love
right.
it.
So, yeah, it was good peeps. So Awakened Outlaw says the only possible takeaway is that someone in the Gang of 8 or treasonous Democrats in Congress who were notified shortly beforehand leaked news of the attack. Well, what are we talking about here, AO?
Yo, what? Huh?
Dude, 2:34 a.m., 10 minutes before Trump even revealed strikes against Iran, a U.S. nonprofit network funded by China-based tycoon Neville Roy Singham. You guys might remember that name. We've mentioned him many times on my shows, and I'm sure Matrix has as well. China-based tycoon Neville Roy Singham activated foot soldiers to hit the streets for pro-regime anti-U.S. protests. So they were already rocking and rolling, dude. And wait, why don't we notify Congress, Matrix, of Trump's attacks? I mean, he should tell them what they're doing so that way they can tell the enemy, That's how it should go.
Right. Okay, so this is interesting because number one, the guy's name is Singham.
Yeah.
And I'm horrible with names. You're gonna hear me say this every single week. I'm terrible with names. Who is Neville Roy Singham? Off the top of my head, I don't know who that is.
Gotcha. I'll pull it up for you. It's a bigger gentleman. Neville Roy Singham. Here we go.
But here's the thing, though, with what you said too, is if they list or if they leaked it, okay, I recognize them. Yeah, but I'm just bad with names. I recognize the guy. So if they leaked it 10 minutes before he dropped the video, then you go back in time to last night when me and you were talking. You had information that was also a little bit early, was it not?
True. Yeah.
So what's that tell you? That tells you a couple things. One, stuff is going on maybe earlier than we're being told because of people already knew and they were able to leak it into the press. And you yourself was able to have that information that I personally know you told me and showed me last night, some of it, and it came too. So what are we really seeing here? Are we seeing the white hats showing leakers to put this guy Neville Roycing him out in the spotlight or for some reason. I don't know. But how did they know that? There has to be a reason. How did your guy know that? There has to be a reason.
Exactly. We don't forecast our moves ahead of time. Trump has said that.
We don't telegraph our news. We do not telegraph our moves to the enemy. However, we will light a fire to flush them out.
And what is it? Conditions on the ground, not whatever, will dictate when we're doing these operations, essentially, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, it's been proven, essentially, that these people in Congress and the Gang of Eight, because we know that when President Trump had his little Russia deal, we had the Gang of Eight, was Nunez on our side. I forgot who the other guy was on our side. But you had Schiff and you had, who was the other guy? Oh my God, why can't I remember his name right now? Chris, no, not Chris. But those two guys, they knew what was going on, right? And Nunez knew what was going on. Schiff.
Yep.
Schiff. And so they knew exactly what was going on, but they never said. Mark Warner, see, just give it a second, it pops back in. Mark Warner and Adam Schiff were part of the two Democrats on the Gang of Eight intelligence, and they knew everything that was going on. And so did Nunez. And then he got with a top staffer. You guys may know this guy's name, Kash Patel, and they wrote a little memo together, now known as the Nunez memo, which was retorted by Adam Schiff back then when he wrote the fictitious Schiff memo. Remember that one, dude? It was just completely blatant lies, Trump, Russia. So I feel like this guy is being highlighted out there for sure, especially now that we're seeing things ahead of time. Like, oh, hey, these people are out there like in the streets already and getting up and all, up in arms already. And how do they know? So
hey, just like with our protests that we do, isn't it funny how when something happens, they already have pre-made signs ready to go for that area? And bricks may be laid down ahead of time as well. I mean, seems to me like they always seem to know what's coming ahead of time, as though every single thing we see is set up and known about before it happens.
Isn't that funny how that works out like that?
Which, hey, that leads back to what we talked about, though, full control. That could only be possible if there's full control. So that's where I go at. Now, I know there's not a full control. Like, they're not controlling me. They're not making me say and do what I'm doing. But the things that were presented in the news is 100% orchestrated and picked out and presented to us on these mainstream media networks. So everything we see is presented. So that helps when they give us a story. They're like, how is that possible? Well, they created the story to make it possible. So there's one angle to it.
Yeah, I mean... And it's funny how do they link it to this guy so quickly? You know what I mean?
Thank you. It's kind of what I'm talking about. How do they know that fast?
Nonprofit network. Well, they found it the next day or whatever. But yeah, these people are no good. And they got and besides the fact, dude, look at apparently, and I don't know how old this picture is, but he's 71 years old. 71?
Well, no hair on his. I mean, no hair on his face or head or anything. That picture probably looks 20 years old.
Yeah,
you're very familiar. And he's probably drinking adrenochrome too for a while, so probably looks good.
Oh God, yeah. And I didn't have. Oh gosh, I should have played this a little earlier when we were doing the. This one got a little bit out of order, but you like self-driving cars? Would you get into a self-driving car that's driven by, say, like a computer? You get in there, there's nobody in the driver's seat, and it takes you from point A to point B.
I am deathly afraid of that, but I absolutely do want to do it one time just to say I've done
it. Right. Well, hey, what's the worst thing that could happen? You order one of these Waymo cars and you're waiting for it, and then we got a shooting in the area. Well, this is not going to be the best advertisement for this company here, but look at this. I'll turn it down a little bit. So apparently the guys that are filming here, instead of just getting in the car, the Waymo, they sit there and record it, blocking the middle of the street as ambulances are trying to get there. As you see, there's no driver. There's no driver because it's a self-driving car. And so these guys are like, yeah, we're waiting for should we just, you hear them.
Go! More!
You're yelling at nobody, essentially.
It means he's not going to go any further.
And the cop starts smashing on the window. Open up the door.
We just need to get in it, I think.
Yeah. Look at the cop.
He don't know what to do. Oh my God.
I mean, who are you gonna tell to get out of, you know? Like the doors are locked. Oh wait, he got open. Now can he drive it though is the thing.
Right, can you do that? I don't even know if that's possible.
He's probably, are there even pedals in this thing? Like I don't even know how one of these things works.
Wow.
Meanwhile, you got friggin' people bleeding out at a friggin', you know what I mean? You got people bleeding out at a friggin' bar up the street, and this company, you know, I'm not saying they are, but it's possible somebody could have died there that didn't need to die because its ambulance couldn't have gotten there.
Yeah, and you know what else? You know what else bugs me though too is when we first started playing this. Though I know it's AI driven car.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if the companies or if hackers could cause that to happen on purpose. In other words, like we see in Minnesota and different places where they utilize cars and block streets. You never wonder if there's an ability to actually hack into the car and do that kind of stuff on purpose. I'm not saying this was, but it makes you wonder, can they do that stuff on purpose and kind of cause problems? You know what I'm saying? Because like that right there, that would suck. I was laughing at it at first, but of course somebody's bleeding out. But that's actually kind of funny that that's happening. But like, why is that happening? Why the hell is that going on?
Right.
What causes that car to do that?
Wasn't there a movie where? Oh, I think there was a movie where somebody either hacked it. Maybe it was like one of the Fast and Furiouses or whatever. But they hacked a bunch of like Teslas, and they had people like being chased by them and stuff like that. So.
Oh shit! Really?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was Tesla's.
I'm not a movie person, so I wouldn't know anything about it.
I mean, I'm like an old school movie dude, but like in my opinion, there's not been a good movie that came out in the last 10 years worth watching. And maybe people could be like, oh, what about this one? But I don't know. I mean, I don't remember any really good movies coming out in a very long time, unfortunately.
The John Wicks of late are the best to me.
Even though there's some, I mean, oh wait, he's got bulletproof, lining in his suit, and he takes 6 rounds to the chest, and then he keeps fighting this dude, and then beats the snot out of this guy. Like, dude, nobody's gonna have that much stamina. But no, I get it.
It's still so great, though. I just love it.
Gotta love the violence, right? Okay, so.
I love it.
Actually,
here, real quick, while we have a second here, welcome in everybody. How's everybody doing out there? We're already over an hour into the show. I just realized we're already past your time, 2:00.
15,
so.
damn.
Yeah, welcome in everybody. I hope everybody's doing well out there. Both on the Rumble side, on my side, I have the Rumble side and the Pilled side. I don't know how many different channels you guys have up there, but just a little reminder: please do hit that thumbs up, the like button, or whatever positive affirmation button you guys may have for each site that you are on. Maybe even share us on out and help us grow. Because yes, this is a brand new Sunday show that we are kicking off here. So welcome in everybody. I hope you guys are having fun, and we will get to the donations here in just a bit.
And thank you for that reminder too, because I pinned it at the end of yesterday's show, and I didn't mean to not, and I don't even know if he's in here today, but G Fonts had dropped a dollar holler at the pretty close to the end of the show yesterday. We were talking about some of the things. Hulk was showing a video graph of like how the United States, different territories were purchased over time or whatever, and then G-Fonts dropped a couple of rants, and this one says, France made the Louisiana Purchase transaction for the funds they intended to use in future war with the United States, assuming that they would win and simply reclaim the territory they were already paid for. Interesting. I love history, dude. Yeah, I love history stuff. And Tron, thanks for the raid, brother, over here. We just got raided a little, I don't know how long ago. Looks like shortly, not too long ago, but appreciate the raid there, brother. And dude, I played it at the very beginning of the before my video started, Matrix, and I think I misinformed my viewers the other day, but it was a good thing actually. It was misinformed on the good side of information being wrong. So I told everybody how I did my weigh-in, and I was down 7 pounds. Now, if I'm being exactly accurate, I'm down 6.9 pounds exactly, right? But then I realized, no, wait, you're not down 6.9 pounds because you have another 2 pounds that I remembered that my son had his physical, and I stood on the scale that day, and then from then till I did my first weigh-in, I was already taking the unicity unamate stuff and the balance, and so I had lost 2 pounds from those first 3 days. In addition to the 6.9 pounds, is 8.9 or 9 pounds, and so I said that, and my son goes, "Oh," at the first one I say 7 pounds. He goes, "Oh, that's not much." And I'm like, in a couple of weeks, that's kind of a lot, and so. The in-laws or the ex-in-laws over there is where I weigh in. They had a jug of de-icer, and so it was a 12-pound jug of de-icer, and it was about halfway full. So I said, that's probably about 6 pounds. So I pick it up, and I'm like, oh my goodness. When you say you lose 5 pounds or 6 pounds, it's not huge, right? But when you pick up 5 or 6 pounds, and you're like, wait, I just lost this. When I gave it to him and he picked it up, he was like, oh wow. So, dude, it is a big difference. Like 6 pounds, not having all that weight on your hips, your knees, this, that, and the other. Yeah. And I can't say enough good stuff about it. So, like I've said, for any folks that are taking it, please email me your progress, and I will keep all your names out of it. But feeling great.
Did you say 8.9 pounds?
That's what it is now. Yeah, total of exactly 8.9 pounds.
That's 8 plus 9 is 17. It makes sense.
I did not even think about that, to be honest with you. I did not even think about that. But it's easy. You know, for me it's been really easy, and I think I'm going above and beyond about it is that and again, I've never been a real big breakfast guy or a lunch guy anyways, and generally I eat late anyway, so anywhere between like 8 and 9:30. And so apparently you don't need to fast breakfast. You don't need to fast lunch, so it helps you fast breakfast, and then you can have one of the unamates before lunch. But I've been foregoing that, and I thought I would have been dead drained with energy. I'm completely the opposite, dude.
Right, exactly. I told you it wasn't a lie, and people heard me when I first got on the stuff. I couldn't shut up about it. People got like annoyed at me probably because I would not shut up about this stuff, and like I couldn't help. And this is why now I'm kind of like standoffish a little bit about it because like I knew I would. In the middle of the show, I just start talking about it for no reason because I felt so good. So yeah, I know. Trust me. I know. I love this stuff. I truly love this stuff. And guess what? It's a pun to say it, but the feel great makes you. Guess what? Feel great.
Booms. And you're out there doing your disc golf and stuff like that, and I'm out there doing more. And as well, I think a key note to add to this is that me losing the 9 pounds is with absolute minimal workouts. Like we're talking, a couple mile walks every other day. You know what I mean? And then last couple of days I've been integrating more sit-ups and push-ups and stuff like that. But for those last 2 weeks, literally a couple, a mile walk one day, skip a day, two, another mile or two walk with my son, a couple days later. That's it, dude. So not even talking like, oh, you got to go and work out your ass off and do this, that, and the other. So loving that, and I can't say enough about it, dude. I cannot. And we're going to I'm going to need you to, I don't know, maybe in 15 minutes or so to take the reins so I can take my son up the road quick, but we can do your decodes at that time, and I'll just listen in. So when I go, and I think it'll be a round trip of about 6 minutes. So good. Before we get there, though, I think we should do this every week too, and folks in the chat, let us know if you want to see this or not. I think most folks would probably, but. Here is, and let me make sure before I show everybody on my side, Mar 01 apparently is 1 Delta for today.
Yep, correctamundo.
That I see here. So let's take a peek-see here. And I'm telling, dude, and the reason I say this too now is because back here in 2018, 2019, when we're seeing posts like, oh, sorry, it had to be this way, or some of them came a little bit later, but when we're getting posts back then, when we're not in like a tumultuous time where there's not like nothing I can point to going, oh man, this sucks. Like, ugh, why is this happening? They're putting out posts like, sorry, it had to be this way. And I'm like, makes no sense back then, right? And then when we see the pause, then, oh, it does make sense. So back then, let me see if this post is still up here. Should be.
Oh,
It says,
I already checked. So how it is if you go back to the post real quick, I can walk you through this part, make it easy on you. Trump's post is below it. So what Trump says is right below it, and then the next link, what Trump says is right below it, and then what Q says is afterwards. Where it says carpet bombs okay is where Q starts to talk. So you don't actually got to go to the link. I did this all this morning. So
nice. And I'm wondering too. So think about while I read this if there's anything to those numbers at the end, because I think there might be. Never know though.
Yeah.
So these are a couple posts from President Trump. And actually, I didn't look to see. I just want to see 2019. Okay, 2019. Quote, "Oh, I see. Now that the 2-year Russian collusion hoax has fallen apart, there was no collusion except by," we got an extra E in there, crooked Hillary and the Democrats. They say, "Gee, I have an idea. Let's look at Trump's finances and every deal he's ever done. Let's follow discredited Michael Cohen." And then another post, and only doing this just for the date, and I think it's probably 19 as well. This one, where'd it go? Yep, both of them 2019. Okay. Another quote, "And the fraudulent and dishonest statements he made on Wednesday. No way. It's time to stop this corrupt and illegally brought witch hunt. Time to start looking at the other side where real crimes were committed. Republicans have been abused long enough. Must end now. Carpet bombs are okay. Tactical nukes are better. -21, 20, -19, 18. Next one, of course, would be 17 and counting. I don't know. Do we have anything, and again, are we starting at 21 or are we starting at 17? And is there anything 21 days out, or are you seeing anything in the numbers? Because I know you're Mr. Numbers guy.
Yeah. So this is gonna be interesting how this connects. So this is the only technically like real drop for the day, right? So
Yes.
To combine this together to make it so where I'm gonna go with this, I'm gonna have you pull up one other drop. So
Sure.
the Iran stuff we saw was technically yesterday. So instead of going to February 28th drops, go to drop that matches it. Go to 228. I think you'll find it interesting how it kind of combines with this.
Oh.
November 25th, 2017, it's USA leadership change, SA leadership change, Germany leadership change, Pakistan leadership change, 40,000 feet, and look what we have last, 8765, ... So this here, it matches the date in which Iran got bombed, 228. And then you have leadership change all the way down. And then you go to today's Delta 301, and you have, oddly enough, the 21, 19, 18, 17 thing going. So you have a secondary countdown 1 day apart based on playing with. And then there's that one, too. Yeah, you can do that, too. That's today's Delta if you want to see it. But
Fly, Ross, fly. Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, for today's Delta is what, a 2912, though. It funny how you have 8765 for the yesterday's thing that I showed, and then you have here 21, 20, 19, 18. So you both of them have a countdown in it. And this one says what? Carpet bombs are okay, tactical nukes are better. Well, what happened over there? I don't know what all bombs they use, but that stuff was going on over there. What are the odds?
And my guess is it had to be targeted, right? It had to be a targeted area. Let's see. And I'm gonna bring up a very interesting comment from one of our mods here, Debbie. And let me just pull it up so I can read it accurately. And I think this was very on point, Debbie. So thank you for contributing. She says, and I'd like to hear your comments too, Matrix. She says, "You know what keeps bothering me about all this Iran stuff? We have all these videos and pictures and all this stuff from all of it, yet not long ago we're told that they didn't have internet, limited Starlink. Plus, compare this to what happened with Ukraine and Russia. Where are all the videos, pictures of the war?" And so we're seeing a lot more here than we saw from Russia and Ukraine, especially outright in the beginning, right? And we did later get a lot more footage and people like Patrick, what's his name there on YouTube, who was going into the area. But it's like, oh, we're getting all sorts of footage, it seems, and it's like, are they trying to push that narrative or a certain narrative here? I'm just looking up random footages of explosions. So enraged tonight, they've deafened out literal regime with fireworks. And again, they're all cheering. So you can see two different parts of the coin for this one. But go ahead, Matrix. I'll get your comment and then I'll go on.
I just got a little combo that it went with all this too, actually, of all things, to go with the countdown. But go ahead and play this. Oh, okay. I was like, if you want to go play that, that's totally fine.
Well, I just want to show you two things, just really quick. I'll show you. So, just two sides of the coin. Okay. So again, we're not here to show you guys you need to believe this or you need to believe that. But here we have a video, and it's posed as thousands of Iranians mourn for Khomeini in Iran's Mazandaran. Okay, so we got thousands of Iranians. Let's see. Not playing any of that crappy music. Okay, thousands of them. Their hand over their hearts. So all these people are showing their respect for Khomeini because they loved him. Okay, where's the other one that I had? Oh God, where'd it go? Just freaking had. Pull it up again here. I'm just going to start getting rid of freaking links. All right, here we go. So you have people, thousands in the streets mourning Khomeini's death, right? And then we have a loudspeaker broadcasts that Ayatollah is dead. And here's the locals. I don't know what they're cheering, dude, but I don't do fireworks generally when I'm sad. That's just me, though.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
I would say their country seems to be pretty damn happy. And of course, if there's only thousands that was with the leader, well, that's not very many people in a multi-million people country. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about a very small percentage of people that were behind the guy. So if the people are going to take back control of their country, everybody that was on their side, they should be rounding those people up and say, whose side are you really on? And get the hell out of our country or else.
Oh, all right. So just looking it up quick, because I had no idea how many people lived in Iran. 91.5 to 93 million as of early 2026. Ranking guess what it's ranked globally. I mean, this is a coincidence, but
117th.
Nope. Take the 100 away.
You can't be 17. No.
I swear. I swear. Right? Like, there we go. How many people?
No way.
Right here, look at it. Ranking
17th. No. Oh my Lord. That's a boom.
Right. But I mean, I didn't know how many people live there, but apparently it's 91 to 93 million folks.
Holy crap.
And I don't think throughout all the shows maybe touched on it or mentioned it, but I wanted to make sure we saw this. So at least on my side, I can say for sure I did report it because it's been bugging me. And we did have the let's say the weirdos wearing green frogs of all things at the Democrat weird sex looking party type of thing that they were throwing. Let's just say sex objects at the screen at Donald Trump and whatnot. And so that was like their thing, and De Niro was at it. They had Jake Tapper was there wearing a Pepe hat. But also you had the legitimate one, right? The legitimate counter, because after, say, a Democrat State of the Union, you have a Republican, like Devin Nunes will come up, or, a Republican will come up and give all the counters to the State of the Union. Well, in this case, they picked Abigail Spanberger. Isn't that interesting? Look at that. She's a pilot. She's the first woman vet governor in U.S. history. Really great. And wait. What's her history? Former CIA operative Abigail Spanberger, now Virginia's first female governor, is delivering Democrats' official State of the Union response. This is no coincidence. Democrats are pouring massive resources into female veteran-branded candidates to flip key battleground states. Look no further than Spanberger herself. Soros-backed vote vets dumped $1.6 million into her gubernatorial race. Hey, how are they doing over in Virginia? I hear that they're going to be starting to get a little pricey over there.
Oh, that's what I hear. That's what I hear.
Oh my God. Dude, it's Virginia new taxes? What do you think?
Something like that.
I mean, I don't think she's gonna, she's not gonna be that stupid, is she? She's gonna win an election and then bring in, I don't know. For Virginia, lawmakers in 26 proposing a tsunami. That means a lot of busyness of tax changes focused on increasing revenue from high earners, businesses, and specific services, while offering some tax cuts for others. Key proposals include a 10% income tax rate on income over $1 million and in data center tax exemptions, and potential new taxes on digital goods, deliveries, services. So, dude, long story short is you get what you vote for, right? And so,
wow,
can't say we didn't tell these people to be careful here. And guess what? They got exactly what they wanted, just like Mandami, dude. And dude, how funny is that, right? Like the hypocrisy and the idea that some of these people don't see it. Like the guy that I used to work with, like I've been trying to work on. I said, make that make sense to me. It's racist to ask for an ID for voting, right? He's like, yeah. I said, but to get money shoveling in New York City, you need to bring 2 forms of ID. How does that make sense? And dude, he tried to explain it away, like, oh no, it's nothing.
Actually, it wasn't just 2 forms of ID. Apparently, from what I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but he originally said you need 5 forms of ID, and when people lost their minds, he went down to 2 forms of ID, and still nobody showed up.
That funny?
So yeah, come on.
Zoran Mandami launched $30 an hour shoveling jobs with $45 an hour overtime, and Republicans mocked. This is a meme that he sent me, and Republicans mocked him. Not only were sidewalks completely cleared within a day, but he did exactly what taxes are intended to do: take taxpayer money and invest it in people while producing results that benefit everyone. Now, I gotta say, I don't dislike the idea of people being able to make some money in your local area. Right? Like, yeah, if you got some kids or adults that aren't working or whatever, great. Yeah, let's put them to work. But don't sit there and tell me that you even need 1 ID. Forget 2 IDs and a birth certificate to shovel some snow, while you're going to sit there and also tell me that I'm racist for telling people they need an ID to vote, which is far more important when it comes down to, I guess we could say positions of power or degrees of separation of power. Like, that's much more important to vote rather than just shovel snow. I mean, it's crazy.
I wonder how the people felt that quote unquote voted for him without using their ID, but those same people that want to go do the snow shoveling can't go do the snow shoveling even though they voted for the guy without an ID. How do those people feel?
No kidding, right? And it's bananas to me. It is. Matrix, let me thank Shelly Rose 777, like the numbers there, who gifted out 5 subscriptions to the channel. And Matrix, if you could take over for just maybe 45 seconds or so, I'm going to run up to the men's room quick, and then I'm going to ask my son when we need to be out of here, because I know he said he has to work at 3 or we have to leave at 3. But I'll be back in 45 seconds, okay?
Not a problem.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right, real quick over on my end, I have a thank you to say as well before it disappears. Do59, welcome in and good to see you, and thank you for becoming a monthly supporter over there on the Rumble side. Also, welcome in everybody. Of course, as I said already, please do smack the red pill, the thumbs up or whatever positive affirmation button that you have on your side of the screen. This is a lot of fun here doing this. I'll tell you what, this week here, with the State of the Union address and whatnot that went on. Well, let's just say that there's some interesting things that I had come across. So I'm not trying to switch the subject, even though he's going to be gone for a second. But we're going to be talking about some movies here in just a little bit and stuff that we've talked about over the last couple of weeks on the Sunday shows. So bring a little factoid in from the State of the Union address. And I don't have anything to show you guys in this situation because this is a handwritten note that I have sitting here. I thought this was interesting. So during the State of the Union address, while Trump was talking, what I do for those that are not at my show for that, as he's talking, I'm basically having a minute-by-minute breakdown of anything special he says that might catch my attention, whether it be numbers, this, that, or the other. One of the things that I caught on to while doing his State of the Union thing was the timestamp 10:14. He happened to bring up Melania being a movie star. Okay. And then 2 minutes later at 16 after the hour, they happened to show Erica Kirk on stage. Oddly enough, the reason that's important to me is because they followed up Melania being a movie star by showing Erica Kirk on stage, and the timestamp in which they showed Melania, called her a movie star, was at 10:14. It just so happens that Charlie Kirk was born on 10:14. And the 2 minutes later, when Erica Kirk was shown on the screen, actually, the time that I was watching from was 9:16. It was flipped over to Central Time. And what's crazy about that, even though I know the time's 10:16, the 9:16 I saw when they showed it links to something else, because drop 9:16 happens to be the drop that says saving Israel for last. And of course, we hear about these about the oddball connections to Erica Kirk and whatnot, whether you believe it or not, I don't care. But that blew my mind with the State of the Union address the other day. And I wanted to make sure not to forget that, because we called her a movie star, bringing up, showing Erica, having Charlie Kirk's birthday built to it. And then, of course, our Silence of the Lambs things we've had the last couple of weeks is going to end up coming back into play, everybody. Somehow, some way, they did it again. So I had to make sure I brought up the movie situation that happened this week. So,
I did it again. Matrix,
crazy.
Did you want to, I'm going to take him up there now. Like I said, it'll be a round trip of about 5 or 6 minutes. So I'll stop sharing here if you wanted to share. And I don't know if you want to start. You can talk about whatever you want. If you wanted to start your codes, I'll listen either way on the way there and back. Or you can just do that and, do any stories that you want to do or say hello or whatever. But I will be back in about 6-7 minutes, hopefully. Ha! My son's gonna laugh
absolutely.
as I say that.
Not a problem. Since you're gonna be gone for that amount of time, so what I told you beforehand, I wasn't gonna do the intro to Gutfeld this week, but since you're gonna be heading out, I'll go ahead and grab that, because that is actually really good this week too. So, all right, well, you go have fun with your son, and we'll see you in a few.
Thanks, brother.
Cool.
See you guys in 1 second. Be right back.
All right, let me get myself set up over here. So, for those that are not used to this on the Sunday show, we've been going back to the Gutfelds each Sunday and showing you guys his opening monologue, because he just rips into everybody so bad, and there's always comms to this stuff and whatnot. So this is not going to be where the movie-specific decode comes in. I'm going to save that to when Space Shot comes back, but we're going to jump into the actual the beginning of Gutfeld, because holy crap, does he really rip some new ones into some people. Let me get my correct. Got to get your guys' volume right, because it is not going to be loud enough. There we go. Crank this baby up. And then, of course, we are going to have some decodes as well. I'll wait for Space Shot to be back for that. So I have a couple things from the State of the Union that I wanted to point out that goes along with this timestamps that he starts and stops it with. And then also, I got one other thing I want to bring up to you guys. So with that, let's hop into and check out what you guys may have missed on Gutfeld this week. Oop, let me make sure I don't mute the whole tab. Unmute this tab. Let's do this.
I love Me Too. Everyone, let's welcome tonight's guest. He looks like the restaurant manager who giggles when your credit card is declined. Co-host of Fox and Friends Weekend, Charlie Hurt. After you see her act, you'll feel like seeing it again a half hour later. Comedian Zhao Ying Summers. Boy, I'd stop that one. He looks like the guy who tries to talk to you at the urinal. CEO and co-founder of The Federalist, Sean Davis. And she's got no muscle, but she's ready to tussle. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor Kat Jim. All right, before we get to some news stories, let's do
Greg's Leftovers.
Here we go. Oh, they're good, I bet. Leftovers, where I read the jokes we did. As always, it's my first time reading them. So if they suck, we'll send Joe Mackey to The View with a pot roast in his trousers. Unemployed anchor Don Lemon criticized FBI Director Kash Patel for celebrating with the men's Olympic hockey team in the locker room. Then asked Kash if he happened to take any footage in the shower. Under Tim Walz, Minnesota's spending on autism ballooned from $1,100,000. Walz defended this, saying he's known for helping people. On Thursday, New York City Mayor Mamdani made a secret trip to President Trump. The president refused to have the meeting unless he showed 5 forms of ID. Wow. I like that one. You never know.
There it is.
You never know what hits. Despite earlier claims to the contrary, the Biden Justice Department funneled $18 million to Fani Willis. Not surprisingly, $16 million of that money went to stretch pants. In Canada, a court ruled the state must pay for surgery to give a resident a penis and a vagina. I know. Apparently, the patient has taken voters' advice to go f himself. Yeah. This week, the blizzard caused super windy conditions in New York City. You know that thing on Jesse Waters' head? Now somewhere over Pittsburgh. Meanwhile, record-breaking heat is expected to sweep across Southern California. In fact, already, Kardashians have melted. Jasmine Crockett is up by double digits in the Texas Senate Democratic primary. I know. The last time she saw double digits is when she had her IQ tested. Aww. A 98-year-old Florida woman is the world's oldest competitive pool player.
How old? 98. 9 plus 8 is 17 once again. And you see the diamond is the type of pool player, our pool table. We want our diamonds back, and she's 98. Okay.
I don't want to say she's getting up there, but her best shot is sinking both tits in the corner pocket. The James Webb Telescope snapped exciting photos of a dying star. You have one picture. Yeah, he sucks. A woman gave birth to a whopping 13-pound baby boy in Ithaca, New York. The baby was so large that when the doctors told the mother it's a boy, there was an
Think about it. Think about it.
Study shows that rats that cannabis get the munchies. Yeah, I found out the hard way, said one man. Great way to get rid of hemorrhoids. Men are now spending thousands of dollars to enlarge their penis by having them injected with filler. If you're interested, contact Dr. Schaefer and tell him you want the Jesse Waters special. A Kentucky man was arrested after he allegedly had sex with a roadkill deer. I know. That was my lunch, said one man. Governor Kathy Hochul has allowed a New York grandpa to keep his license plate, which reads, "Pee before we go." However, Delaware still won't allow this man to have "poop my pants." The state of Texas has the most polyamorous couples. This, according to the dating site Sister Wives, not to be confused with the site Brother Husbands. I don't know why you're unhappy by that. A former body-positive infant said she knew it was time to lose weight, too fat to ride a roller coaster. Worse, other guests kept confusing her for Epcot Center. And finally, 833 roosters were seized in a Bay Area illegal cockfighting bust. Wait, did someone say 833 cocks? I don't feel dirty. All right. So a former Vogue editor claims she stormed out of first class because fellow passengers. Funny. I don't know about you, but when I fly first class, I'm happy to see other old white guys, especially if they're in the cockpit. I don't want to look in there and see women unless they're bringing the pilot's coffee.
A sexist would say.
I know. And who do you think she was going to see in first class anyway? The frickin' cast of Soul Plane? Now, the first thing that struck me about this story is how old it feels like 2018 all over again when we were all supposed to see this, like, more proof of rampant racism. But now it just feels like a joke and an obvious lie. Who knows? Maybe the captain told Gabriella Carifa Johnson she had to move so they could balance the plane for takeoff. I mean, no offense, but I thought she was the second-place finisher in a Refrigerator Perry lookalike contest. Here's how she described the terrifying ordeal. Quote, I just downgraded myself from first to class on my flight to Milan. Oh. The cabin of 6, 5 of the passengers, white, middle, 10. Then there was me, a 30-something black woman. So she went back to business class because white guys. What a brave sacrifice. Class, they don't serve nearly as much ice.
Okay, since you're actually back, I'll go ahead and pause this to go back to what they just did. So you see this heavy-set woman.
Oh, yeah. And dude, so just really quickly. So as I was listening on the way back, it seemed to me like the first couple of jokes that he said didn't get a laugh at all, and then he made like a third joke, and then you said something on the screen. Oh, that one, and all of a sudden the crowd was like, ah, and he was like, oh, you like that one. So to me, I don't know if I couldn't hear it on the feed, but it sounded like they didn't laugh at all for his first 2 jokes.
No, they sometimes they don't, and he don't care because I watch Guffle every single night. But like they had the snowstorm last week or whatever up there, and when they had that, they had next to no crowd. They had no laughs the entire time. So like their crowd's real. They don't have a laugh track or anything like that. They don't have anybody there holding signs or nothing like that. Like they have people that don't laugh at jokes. You'll get times where you have one single person cracking up at jokes. So yeah, they're legit. Okay. They're actually legit.
All right. And I like him too. I mean, and he gets good ratings too.
Right. So this lady here, this is a very tiny little thing. I wasn't going to do any decodes while you were gone at all. I didn't want to do that to anybody. I was going to let them see the jokes for it. But this one here, I didn't do this on Friday either. But this one here, so you have the heavy set woman. You have the numbers 5 and 30 on the screen. Okay.
Big
so
boned.
Just a little. Yeah, big boned. So she's this story. This is a stupid story. Is it really news? Not really. Who cares? She's complaining about old white men. Okay. So where I go with this is I see numbers on the screen, 5 and 30. So just a simple thing. I was like, I wonder what 530 tells me. So jump over to the 530, see if there's any kind of relation to what we're looking at. We have 530, January 13, 2018, and it's side-by-side posts versus actual news. Show future proves past. Bigger next week. Now, off the top, no, that don't really have much to do with it, but at the same time, when I look at it, it's a side-by-side. It's not actual news. They're giving us a fake story, and she is a big girl. I will say that. Big. Definitely a big girl. So again, this is one of the situations where you don't always get bombs and whatnot when we're doing these comms and everything that we do here. But like for something like this, here's a small one where what I'm seeing is a big girl, and a side-by-side post versus actual news. Well, what we're seeing here is not actual news. This is just a stupid little story. So I wanted to kind of just point that out since you popped back in and I was looking at stuff on the side over here. I was like, I'm not doing any decodes while you're gone. Not going to bring anything up. Just let it play. So just small stuff like that, though, that gets me as I roll through. As you see numbers come across your screen, I'm instantly grabbing every last one of those as they roll through as we watch. So
it's crazy.
But yeah,
I mean,
and welcome back.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks for taking over the reins. And the funny thing is too, it's like some people, and I don't know, like is anybody out there, and just, you know, we're not going to bag on you or anything, does anybody think that like the Loretta Lynch decode that he's brought to us the last couple of weeks like is a stretch in any way, shape, or form? And dude, I've been the one that has, you know, talked crap about people in the past, like, dude, that's a stretch. Like, no, you can't, you know, decodes they land perfectly, right? And I'm sure as you were going through each step of that, you were like, oh my God, that one, oh my God. Like, but when you come to things where people are like, oh, well, I went with this one, I had to, you know, it's a minute off, so it was close. It's like, dude, no. Like, they had the missing L, then they talked about it again, then the post spat right to friggin' the post that talked about Loretta Lynch. And then what does she talk about later on? Oh, she brings up Loretta Lynch again. Like, and so many times. So I'm just like, clearly they're doing it. Like, they're showing us something, right?
Yeah, here you go.
I love
Loretta Lynch, and then you have this part too. Loretta Lynch. So the focus was Loretta Lynch.
Supreme Court.
Yeah, she was offered a Supreme Court seat. So they show us gas prices and Supreme Court 3119. Well, let's go to find 3119. Should be in here. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, no, I went the wrong way. Here it is.
And the LL underneath the line there just happens to be on that day.
Drop 3119, and you get Loretta Lynch. And it's a whole decode. Here's the folder. I got the folder for that whole decode sitting right here. All this goes together with it.
Yeah, I mean, you showed us and added on to it last week, and I'm just like blown away because, no, like, how the hell do they put that in there? And then it just so happens Supreme Court, Loretta Lynch, she was offered Supreme Court spot to basically, you know, not prosecute Hillary. But no, they were talking about grandchildren, dude. So I love that stuff, dude. Love this.
Yep, I'm telling you. And the thing is, the thing they added on with Loretta Lynch that I don't have, because of course it's a video. I don't do a lot of videos. I do screenshots. But Jessica Tarlov ended up saying, so what started the entire thing was the missing L, which I can get it going. Here we go. They misspelled Capitol Hill. And of course, that started the whole thing. And then a week later, last week I showed this was not Friday that just passed, the Friday before. Jessica Tarlov comes on whatever show with the 5, and in her sentence she said, Trump needs to take the L, which they took the L, and then she followed that up within like 30-45 seconds of bringing up the name Loretta Lynch, which of course, two L in the kill brackets, there's only 2 of, which LL would be Loretta Lynch to go with it. So it's crazy. How do they do that? That's insane, bro.
Well, and just really quick, dude. Keep it right there for 1 second. Yeah, right there's fine too. So see where he's got up on the screen here, guys, the Capitol Hill that's missing the L, right? And then on the right side, you got the complete one. So you're seeing complete and not. So just so you guys know from like a producing aspect of how things are going, I can show you guys like certain things I have in OBS here. Let's just show. I'm gonna overlay an image. Of course, Bree made this. So I'm just showing her. Yeah. So basically any image. No. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll show you guys actually as everything's going here as we go.
There you go.
So, what was I gonna do? What was I just show you?
You were showing OBS overlay.
Oh, okay. So why I'm doing that? All right, and this is so Matrix's side can see it. So everything you guys are seeing here is what I see on the screen, right? And so all this stuff is already preset in here, right? Like I have this image that I show as I'm switching scenes, so you guys don't see me like clicking back and forth like that. I try to do that more so you guys don't see that. But all right, I got an image here. It's already set. It's already overlaid. And the reason I say that and bring that up is to show you that the Chiron, I think they call it, or the little thing that says Capitol Hill on it, just similar to this, it's already preset, and I'm probably not showing folks good because I'm blocking it on my stream. So as I'm showing up the image, I'm basically, it's already preset in there, right? So what I'm trying to get at is these Chirons are preset. They didn't need to go into Fox News that morning and go, oh, hey, type me up a Capitol Hill one. They already have it in their preset, areas, and all they do is click it on. So the idea that it's like, oh, well, they messed up the spelling that day. No. They didn't do that like that at all. It's already preset, and all they need to do is go into their little toolbox and click and go, just like I'm going to do here, and so people can see this part of it, is say this image right here, the Chrome image, for example. Boom. Like that's already preset into every show. It's already ready to go, and it's already there. So if one day you came on and I had this trim on here and all of a sudden half of it was missing, I was like, oh, I messed up the trim today. Like, no, I already have it preset ready to go, just like Fox News and them do. So the idea that was like, oh, Matrix, they just messed up the spelling, buddy. Sorry. So I just don't buy that in any way, shape, or form.
Yep. And I hear if you want to hand it back, I would go further with that. Because I can actually add on to that because you shield OBS. Well, oddly enough, prove the point. So bringing it back over. So what you're talking about, of course, is this piece here that they bring up on the screen. It's the Capitol Hill thing. It's a button you would be able to press that's already pre-made. So all you gotta do is find it, click it, boom, it's done. Like so there it is. Yep. Yeah, and of course, as I'm watching this, when this happened, it was less than a minute later that they fixed it.
Well, they found it then. No, it's like, no, those are two separate ones, guaranteed.
So, well, here's the thing, though. Where I went with this was, oddly enough, I showed you just a second ago when I did the numbers off the show. What I showed you guys was the numbers 530 went to a side-by-side post. Of all things in the world, because you're bringing up what you did, I'm about to bring up something that just happened that I've shown maybe here. I'm not sure, but here's proof of what we're talking about mess-ups. Let me get this zoomed in. Here we go. So this was on January 27th. We had a couple different glitches happen. One was with Trump when he was doing his thing in Iowa, and then we also had one earlier in the day, and again from Fox News. And when you're doing stuff like you just showed with the OBS and whatnot, there's a button we can click that'll mess up our screen and show us a side-by-side graphic, just like I just read from Prop 530. Well, that's what they did. It's like they were using OBS one day. And they clicked the wrong button. They had a side-by-side graphic with a side-by-side. So that's them messing up again here. But see, this is going to be a proof that they do this mess-up stuff on purpose. That's the whole thing. I think that's where it's going to. So how is this on purpose? How do we know it's on purpose? All right, well, let's just check the timestamp in which it happened to see what it tells us. So it happened at 11:52 Eastern. So what do we have? We have a side-by-side graphic, a mess up that happens at 11:52. So we're just going to look at drop 11:52 and see what it tells us. Drop 11:52 to match your timestamp. What's it say?
That's a side-by-side one. Oh my God. I was just going to say, if that's a side-by-side graphic one, I'm going to lose my ish right now.
And see, here's the thing. What did I use? What did I use to find this? Was the timestamp?
Simple timestamp.
So what else does it say in this drop? Side-by-side graphic and original timestamps.
I mean,
so a side-by-side graphic, SSLL, by the way, deal drops with original timestamps, POTUS treat, important going forward. But yeah, it's a perfect match to show you they're messing up on purpose. Yeah. And then the other one, that same exact day, does the same thing, does the exact same thing. Here's your mess up, caught it live on air, timestamp. It's in Mountain, so we did this one the right way. We transferred over to Eastern, so it's 5:37, and then over to Military 17:37. So down to 17:37. What do you get? Device test.
Yeah, it's absolutely a device test, like and those little blimps there.
Prove it further though. 127 is the date. What's 127? January 27th. J27. When's that drop? J27.
Close, but yeah,
so,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like, boom, boom, and they do it on purpose. And the way you find out if it's on purpose or not, if somebody actually messed up, is by this. What are the odds that that happens? The 11:52 shows you a side-by-side of a side-by-side of a side-by-side. That's not possible. And that's not possible.
You'd never want to show that on a live show either. Like, and put it this way: if you had a producer that would show that, they wouldn't have a job very long. If you know what I mean? Like if you were trying to do your job correctly and a producer did that and then had the misspelling for Capitol Hill, they'd be fired. They'd be gone. But clearly they're doing it for a reason. And there's nobody getting any hate about it either that I'm seeing. So
exactly my point. And let's see if I can find it real quick. I know I have one more. This is one of my favorites, most simple ever ones I can do here. Let's see. I know where it's at. I think I do. I just saw it. There it is. They even do it on other channels.
Really?
So if I was watching CNN when what I'm about to show you happened, it would have hit too. But it was Fox News showing it to us that hit. Here's one I never even made a visual for. I just grabbed a screenshot one day. It's CNN, so you guys can all see this very easy. CNN is what they're showing, and it's Fox News showing CNN. So Fox News is giving us a comm that's coming from CNN, all right? So all I have on the screen is the numbers -10, -7, -4, 1074. All right, so I'm just going to go to drop 1074 and see if there's anything to do with CNN in it. It's basically where it's going to go down to. Watch this. Go to drop 1074. What's it say? April 7, 2018. Read between the lines, front page, fake news. Oh, but the link is a CNN link, bro.
And talking about the Clintons.
CNN. So CNN gives us 1074, and 1074 takes us directly to a CNN link. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. And what do they call them? Fake news.
Coincidence.
Like it's a simple stuff. They give you something on the screen, and there it is. Just type it in. You got it. Brings you right to it. So like that's why I feel the way I do about mess ups and little things like that. Like when they put something on the screen and you catch it, and there's too many things that connect to it. How can you deny the stuff?
Yeah, no, it's you can't. No, like I said, I'll be the first one to sit here and say it right on live and be like, I don't know, Matrix, that's a little you know what I mean? But there's not one thing you've shown me that has been like, I don't know, dude. They've been solid. And that's what the thing is, like we've been shown in the past, right? And timestamps are important. And we've known that anything that is, 11:59 a.m. or earlier, we do a direct timestamp. And anything that's noon or after, we add 1200 for military time. But then you have people that will do the opposite, right? They'll put a PM post and then say, oh, no, that still matches up. And things like that they need to kind of work things in to make their decode work, right? You don't do that. Yep. So that's why I like what you do, and Tron and Stormy. Dude, you guys absolutely blow my mind. And some of the things you guys find, it's crazy to me.
Yeah, and I don't like to be Stretch Armstrong, but if you ever watch my show all the way through, I will definitely have things that over time, some people, they're right where I'm going. Perfect.
Oh,
that's what I wanted. Yeah, that's the next piece there. I covered the screen real quick. So, oh crap, what was I just saying? I just lost my train of thought because I did that. What was I just saying?
Well, you're asking a guy who frequently forgets what he's thinking and then remembers 30 seconds later.
Me seeing on the screen.
Oh, you used to be Stretch Armstrong.
That's it. That's Stretch Armstrong. Okay, so okay, so as we go through the night, because I'm getting so many comms, how do I say this? So as we're rolling through the night, I'm picking up on things as they roll through the night. And I'll pick up on things that whether they hit or they don't hit, whether they're stretchy or they're not. I'm basically hitting just doing every kind of search I can do based on what everybody's saying. And seeing what hits and what don't. So once everything starts rolling downhill, basically, I start realizing where the comms are going for the day. The comms get more and more on point as the night goes on, typically. But there's going to be moments where, let's just say that I'll try to make connections during a show that might not make sense to everybody, but I'm doing it through my head. So if you're watching my shows and I'm on for 6 hours just going ham with different decodes, you're going to find probably 10 or 15 that you're going to call Stretch Armstrong, but you're going to find 30 more that are dead on the head. So ones that I present, especially like say here on Sundays or on X and whatnot, those will always be ones that were pretty much on point. I try never to be Stretch Armstrong when it comes to very specific decodes, basically. But I will definitely get Stretch Armstrong when I'm just spitting and going over stuff and whatnot. That will definitely happen because I theorize a lot. And I'm a conspiracy guy. I'm a tinfoil hat guy. Yeah, exactly. So I like to theorize and put ideas out there so anybody can take that idea and either correct me, bounce ideas off it, or whatever it may be, because maybe they're having the same thoughts and I don't know. So I have a crowd that listens to me, so I have many people that can feed me information back. So I just throw out any ideas that I have that come to my head, I'll throw out there and see where people go with it. So
dude, I like it. I love it. I'm very much enjoying it. And Just in the chat really quick before you continue on, and who said that? They said basically, I forgot how many times, Trump said 17. I mean, I think I got a 2.5 minute video that I have on Twitter. I'll drop the link for you guys later on, but I think it's like 2 minutes, 2:30, 2:45 of him just saying 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, Q 17. It's like, what the heck? So he said it, I mean, hundreds of times, 17, when it didn't need to be 17. It could have been 15, it could have been 20, right? And so we've seen it so many times. And Future Proof's Past is absolutely seeming to be more on point now than it was back then.
Yes, 100%.
What movie would you have been a great actor in? Oh God.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't even look at the screen. Yeah.
What makes a great movie?
So now on my end, people can now see the screen. So yeah, what I did was, this is the same show we started on. Okay. So for anybody that might not have been here last Sunday or the Sunday before, there's a specific decode that we were talking about that you started, by the way.
Yay.
You brought up Silence of the Lambs and the Nancy Guthrie thing. So for those that don't know, there was Savannah Guthrie, one of the very first videos that they put out with her asking for whoever took her mother to give her back. It matched up directly with the Silence of the Lambs line. So there's piece number one. And then Greg Gutfeld, just so happened on the 17th, did a whole entire show that was started off and was based with the Silence of the Lambs. So I got to show that last week. And then, of course, there was other things that added to it. But then this week, this show right here you're looking at, we just watched the beginning first 7 or 8 minutes of the show. So this here is the very last segment of the very last show for the week on Friday night. And I don't have to go through the whole segment, but Greg's piece is the main one. So here's the question right here. It says, what movie would you have been a great actor in? So, of course, again, we had Savannah Guthrie do a Silence of the Lambs thing, and then Greg Gutfeld randomly did an entire show where the whole show had a basis of Silence of the Lambs last week on Friday. So this Friday that just passed, this is how their show ended. I'll go ahead and let the segment play if you want me to. It's about 5 minutes or so, but Greg Gutfeld's the very, very last one. He's the only one that really matters. So I prefer just going to him.
Yeah, that's
Check
fine.
this out.
Whatever you're feeling like, brother. Let's do it.
Oh, and I forgot on my end, I got to crank this side up for everybody because Fox comes in really low for some strange reason on my end. Their website specific does. So, all right, launching it. Here we go. All right, let him ask here.
Ooh, an icy 80s villain.
Nope.
You got the hair. Steve Allen asks, what movie would you have been a great actor in?
All right, so there's the question. Let me move forward.
Oh, nobody knows who he is, so why am I even saying
All right,
it?
I'll use Kat right
What
here.
about you, Kat?
Home Alone 3. Yeah, because for the third one, they picked a kid that looked nothing like Macaulay Culkin. I was available. I would have made a great Kevin.
Yeah. I would have liked to been in or to be in something along the lines of Silence of the Lambs. I would have been a great right? Yes. Yeah, I think I'd actually do like method acting, right? Where I would be in character all the time. When I'm done with the shoot, I'd just go out into the street and kill and eat.
And you could open the door and say, "Oh yeah, she's a bad girl."
All right. That's it. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
So he ends the final show of the week with that Silence of the Lambs. After what you guys saw last week, what I showed you guys, how it connected and whatnot, that's how he ended this week, was he would be in a movie, Silence of the Lambs.
You great big fat lady.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that movie. Was friggin' pretty crazy. And even the dude who plays like the detective captain in Monk is a great actor. He's the dude that plays Buffalo Bill in there. Would you F me? I'd F me hard. Like, dude, talk about a whack job, huh?
Right.
But dude, I'm loving where this stuff is going, and I don't know what's gonna be coming next, dude. Like, What are you seeing as far as like now that we have, Iran is not going to be something. I don't foresee it, being something that's just going to, go away in the snap of a finger. But I also don't think it's going to be this, protracted thing where it's going to go out, 20 years or whatever like that. I genuinely think that it's a situation that we're looking into, just like North Korea in the past. But by all accounts, most of their IRGC or the Revolutionary Guard regime are dead, and it's been a tactic, I guess, in the past that that they would say, like an Israeli tactic, to say, "Oh, we killed somebody," even though they know they didn't, simply so they could have them come up and pop their head up and say, "Oh no, look here, I'm alive. I made a video." So then they could kill him then. So, but by all accounts, he's a goner. But what are you making of any of this stuff? Like, obviously, I'm not asking you to make predictions or anything like that, but like any insight onto what you think might be happening?
I honestly think I say this all the time. This will be a repeat of myself, but I think we're on the exact timeline we're supposed to be on. I think everything's playing out exactly how it's supposed to play out because, again, kind of what we talked earlier. What are the odds that certain people leaked, certain people knew, certain people told people stuff that was happening before it happened? So seeing it play out, it's just like everything else. It's some form of real things and disclosure of things that have already happened, right? So, but like this, for the world stage narrative, I think everything's going to, over the next probably, year or so, we'll probably see Iran, change around and do whatever it's got to do to become, I guess, a good country. I don't know how to really word that right, because nothing against the people there, but whoever was running that country had to be taken out. It finally happened officially in the narrative. So I think it's a great time. We're heading towards spring. Everything's about to start getting warmer and everything's about to start getting a lot more fun. And look at how we're coming at the end of the winter. And what do we have? We have Iran done for. We've been waiting for how long for this? We in the drop since 2017 that Iran next, Iran next, Iran next, Iran next. We thought Midnight Hammer was Iran next. Well, suddenly 3 months later, they're building more bombs. And so we got to go do it again. So we always thought back in 2017 and 18 things were going to happen back then. Here we are 8 years after the drop started up and things are finally starting to happen. So I'm excited as all get out with this happening. Of course, I have my popcorn popped. I'm sitting back and I'm covering the news as I'm supposed to. So I'm having a blast with all this. And I think this is it's a go moment, in my opinion, because like I told you, the State of the Union, Trump said some things that gave a coded go message. And I find it interesting that just a few days later, Iran kicks off. So I think we're kicking everything off, and we're about to hopefully hit cruise control heading towards the midterms. So,
isn't it crazy? Now, let me ask you guys in the chat, and then I'll ask Matrix as well. Was it a good thing? So this is for the chat, and then Matrix, you can answer however you'd like. But so a yes or no for the chat. Was it a good thing that President Trump got rid of the Iran deal? So let me know your opinions in the chat. Yes or no, was it a good idea that Trump canceled the Iran deal? And Matrix, what are your thoughts on that? Is it a good thing he canceled that Iran deal or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. It's like, yeah, because of course, I think that's what had to happen.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
yeah.
So I ask you that, and I think we talked about this on the text a little bit last night, and not showing my side of the chat just yet, but here we go. So I bring this up to show you this kid, right, who's Mr. Rockstar apparently, with 664, very close to 666, 100,000 followers, right? And he's all anti-Israel to the max, and I get it. I don't think we should be supporting a country that makes billions of dollars a year, is not a poor country, etc. Okay, but this video he had the other day, and a lot of people watching him too. 700,000 views, 200,000, 750,000 views, and he's in here saying, "Oh, Trump's just doing whatever BB wants," and Obama went in there and they made this deal and they were going to get rid of the bad guys and stuff. And he made this deal with Iran. And then Trump came in and he got rid of the Iran deal. And And I'm like, wait, this kid is posing that as a bad thing. So I don't know. Like, let me look at the chat, dude. Like, I'm a little dumbfounded because I'm like, shouldn't that be a good thing, right? That we got rid of the Iran deal? I mean, I certainly look at it like a good thing. So I don't understand why, this Groiper dude or whatever the hell is, whatever his shtick is, why he thinks it's a bad idea. But any thoughts on that one? Paid opposition, or just one of the people that are in there to kind of push a narrative to kind of push back and forth?
Yeah, that's literally. I look at him the same way I see like other heavy duty influencers like Candace Owen and whatnot. Just I don't know who pays them. I don't know what side they're truly on, but it seems like they're out there to just stir some shit. So I don't follow him, Nick Fuentes. I don't follow Candace Owens. I literally just see what other people put out there about them. So I don't have an honest opinion personally about him, but I think he's just more of a shit disturber based on what I hear about him. But again, I don't know because I don't watch his show personally.
Absolutely. And great quote there, Bamlo. Says, you won't be tested until you're challenged, and you won't be challenged until you're tested. Correct.
There you go.
But I'm looking through. Yes, thank you. Dirty Carpenter made the comment. Is exactly what I was thinking and exactly what I told my brother. And I'm going to get to that in one second. I'm going to pin that comment here in this. Maybe I can. In this message. There we go. So a lot of people in the chat are saying yes. Is it a good idea Trump got rid of the Iran deal? Dirty Carpenter, yes. Buck Wayne, yes. Roro Patriot, yes. Chris Schaus, yes. B Moore 924 says yep. Laura Hay says dunno. I don't know. Silver Umbrella, yes. Tracy, hell yes. So a lot of people, yes.
Obama. I got Charlie Wilco, yes. Sunglasses, yes. James Pettis, yes. Yes, it was great. Skeeter fan, yes. For Magadai, yes. Yes is across the board on my end too.
Yeah, and Glad again says everything Trump has done is right. Yeah, everything he's done so far is right. Iran couldn't keep their word, so the deal is over, Buck Wayne says. Yeah, and so here's my thing, right? And I said to my brother yesterday, I said, and I said it to my former father-in-law, who's very much thinks like we do, very much a Trump supporter, and overall good dude. They believe it just like we do, but the whole thing of hold on, let me see my train of thought here because I'm going through the chat. So as much as we do for them, right? Like, oh hey, Matrix, you need to go over there and you need to go bomb them because as we see for the last 30 years, it's always BB. Oh, they're very close. They're about to be enriched. Oh, they're about to have bombs. They're about to have just about to. Okay, well, I don't know how long ago it was, but we just went over there. We did that covert op like the movie
Midnight Hammer. Well, yep. Midnight Hammer and Maverick. Yep. It's weird you say that. I just talked about that yesterday. Sure. How that movie literally pointed out exactly what Midnight Hammer did.
Really?
Literally.
Yeah,
yes.
It was that was the same type of thing, going up the mountain, getting in there, getting out, and escape. So we did that, and we blew up everything. It's all blown up, completely done, but then Israel comes back and says, it's not really blown up, and they're close again, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, right? Hey, they're close again. And so literally that's exactly what I told my brother and a couple other people yesterday. Same thing, Dirty Carpenter, and I think it's the same sentiment. And the comment was from Dirty Carpenter, Israel will do something stupid, right? And so I very much am in line with that thinking, and I posed it a different way. And the way I posed it is it will not be enough, right? No matter what we do for them, it's not going to be enough, right? We took out, North Korea or whatever, and that was on us. They, of course, wanted Iran gone for a very long time. But guess what? It's not only, Israel that wanted Iran gone for a very long time. There's a lot of people that were connected to that organization or that country through the Obama administration, right? And, I put a post out yesterday showing some of the people that are in his organizations and people that he's connected to. Valerie Jarrett, born in Shiraz, Iran to American parents, blah, blah, blah. Sahar, blah, 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 director for Iran on the National Security Council. Jake Sullivan was working the Iran deal. A lot of these other folks were too. So they have a lot of connections that are over there. So my thing is it's just the deep state 2.0. It's North Korea 2.0. You cut the ties and you free the people. right? Just like they did with North Korea. And what was that post? It said, I think it did say, did it say cut ties? I think I'm not going off memory.
Cut ties is not in the drops.
Oh, geez. No. Kim, right? So basically, we were showing in the drops essentially that they freed Kim over there. They basically took the boogeyman out of there. And then we can see in some of these pictures
Here, I got it. It's drop 29 says, well, here's one of them. Some things must remain classified at the very end. North Korea is not being run by Kim. He's an actor in the play.
Post 29?
That's one of them. Yes, I'm in all the Kim drops right now. I'm looking for exact ones here.
Yeah, so exactly what Matrix was saying here. So just think of this when I read this and think about Iran. So where you have North Korea replaced with Iran, where you have Kim put the, Khomeini. Some things must remain classified to the very end. North Korea is not being run by Kim. He's an actor in the play. Who is the director? The truth would sound so outrageous most Americans would riot, revolt, reject, etc. The pedo networks are being dismantled. The child abductions for satanic rituals, like Haiti and other third world countries, are paused, not terminated, until players are in custody. We pray every single day for God's guidance and direction as we are truly up against pure evil. And anybody that would harm a child, I mean, you just have to be evil or have no conscience whatsoever. But I think it's very much the same thing, and we were shown in videos that I could actually reference right here. But, I mean, there are other ones. Are you finding other ones that are coming up relevant for that one as well, brother?
Oh, well, I looked over when you read this. Where's the satanic rituals, child abduction for satanic rituals? Oddly enough, on Friday, I actually had to stop Amazon and mentioned how satanic rituals is only in one drop because Greg Gutfeld said the word on Friday, brought it up in a conversation, and this was the drop I read more than once on Friday night. And here I am. I just realized again, giving it to you for a completely separate reason.
See how
that's so interesting how that just happened. I kind of stopped looking, but yeah, here, go ahead.
No, you're good. See, I think I got a copyright hit on this thing last time. I'll just edit it out later, but I do want to show some folks a little clip of this because I think it's highly relevant. Let me just get in here first so I can, because as it happens, the very first one that they discuss is Iran, and it talks about what we did in Iran in 1952. So I'm going to let this play for maybe a minute or two, Matrix, quick, and then we'll come back in because I think this is very much worth letting people hear and see some of the tactics that some of our intelligence units have used over the last many years, dude. So this is very interesting stuff.
Cool.
Yo.
We will identify a country that has resources our corporations covet, like oil, and then arrange a huge loan to that country from the World Bank or one of its sister organizations. But the money never actually goes to the country. Instead, it goes to our big corporations to build infrastructure projects in that country, power plants, industrial parks, ports, things that benefit a few rich people in that country, in addition to our corporations, but really don't help the majority of the people at all. However, those people, the whole country is left holding a huge debt. It's such a big debt they can't repay it, and that's part of the plan, that they can't repay it. And so at some point, we economic hitmen go back to them and say, listen, you owe us a lot of money, can't pay your debt, so sell your oil real cheap to our oil companies. Allow us to build a military base in your country, or send troops in support of ours to someplace in the world like Iraq, or vote with us on the next UN vote, to have their electric utility company privatized and their water and sewage system privatized and sold to U.S. corporations or other multinational corporations. So there was that whole mushrooming thing, and it's so typical of the way the IMF and the World Bank work. They put a country in debt, and it's such a big debt it can't pay it, and then you offer to refinance that debt and pay even more interest. And you demand this quid pro quo, which you call a conditionality or good governance, which means basically that they've got to sell off their resources, including many of their social services, their utility companies, their school systems sometimes, their penal systems, their insurance systems, to
So you get the idea, Matrix, of like what they do here, and he didn't get really too far into it, but right here, Dr. Mohammed Mossadegh, Prime Minister of Iran from 1951 to 53. So this is fair use.
Whoa.
Yeah,
his name is Mossad. Okay.
Mossadegh.
Keep going.
Mossadegh, I think they say it. And I think he has a son or a grandson that is trying to like keep the power or get back into power. Mossadegh. So I'll just show the folks here, and then we'll move on to that dude. But let me get this so they can see the bottom here. Here we go. So I'm gonna kind of go here as we go. So he says it's a double, triple, quadruple whammy here. What they did in certain countries, like Iran, man of the year, right? This guy was the man of the freaking year. And what they did was they had this guy Kermit Rockefeller. Might sound right here. Foreign oil companies needed to pay the Iranian people a lot more for the oil that they were taking out of Iran, and the people should benefit from their own oil. Strange policy. We didn't like that. So that was the guy who was the man of the year's policy, that they were going to actually let the people of Iran benefit from all their gains from oil. And guess what? The CIA didn't like that. But of course, we were afraid to do what we normally were doing, which is to send in the military. So instead, we sent in one CIA agent, Kermit Roosevelt. I said Rockefeller earlier. Teddy Roosevelt's relative. And Kermit went in with a few $1 million and was very, very effective and efficient in a short amount of time. He managed to get Mossadegh overthrown and brought in the Shah of Iran to replace him, who was always favorable to oil, and it was extremely good or whatever, right? So what do? They take out a guy who was, what does that sound like? Didn't that sound very similar to, not Noriega, who's the other guy there in Benghazi there? Was it Noriega?
I don't know the name.
We came, we saw, he died. Why can I not remember that name? So Hillary Clinton, we came, we saw, he died. And he looked like a horror show, right? And he was actually doing really good things for his people of his country. And, giving money for people who were getting married, for starting families, giving people's houses, giving back earnings of the oil to the people. But guess what? When you do that, everybody prospers, and they can't have that. They need to have the kings and queens and then the serfs as well. So this documentary, guys, in which we played maybe 2 or 3 minutes of a 26-minute, is highly worth the watch. To guys, take a look at that later for sure when you get a chance.
Yeah. Drop me that link too.
Oh, I got you. All right, I'll put it in. I'll just put it in the chat here in Zoom. Here in the middle of the floating bar, you should find that. So yeah, that is a very, very good documentary, and it's proven when they do this stuff over and over and over again in all these different countries. And I'll pose one for you too. You see what he said in the beginning about how people, we go into certain countries, we give them these huge loans that we know they can't pay back. Did anybody happen to notice that may have been happening? I don't know, in the United States? Did you happen to notice any of that, Matrix? Like, look at this Chinese company buying up this and buying up that. And I'm like, wait, why are they allowed to buy up all this stuff? Are they taken already? And I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't doubt it, bro. You know what I mean?
Seriously. No, seriously though. And I knew this stuff happened as well, but something else, of course, is going to catch my attention is the guy's name that they did this one with Iran, but his name's Kermit. Who do we know is Kermit, but a freaking frog, bro?
Oh,
like
Kermit.
really? Hey, Kermit, you frog here.
Oh, Kermit.
Oh, Kermit. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, what are the odds of that one too? But yeah, that's how they take over any country though. Is they get in there and they offer certain things, and then all of a sudden we have a military base in there, and then you get the CIA jumps in there, does some dumb stuff, and all of a sudden we take control of the country or install our own leaders in that country that does what we want and typically does bad things. So
you're gonna love this, dude. You're gonna love this. Okay, and then I think we got to talk about it a little bit. The person that's counter to this person here, We have to in a minute after we play. I'm gonna play a little bit of this. This is hopefully TPUSA isn't giving out copyright strikes, but I thought it was interesting that he brought this up. Okay, before I play it.
Link to that is in my 2 chats now. The link I just dropped in both chats. That's the link to that documentary. Everybody.
Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah, definitely, guys. That YouTube link he dropped. It's called "Confessions of an Economic Hitman," and the guy is a CIA agent who basically told exactly what we do. I'm surprised they even let them get that information out at all, dude. Like the fact that got made public is pretty mind blowing to me.
Well, hey, we're in the age of disclosure, right?
Dude, I literally
D-class.
I don't know how I knew you were gonna like those words. As soon as I said that, and I was waiting for your response, I said "age of disclosure." I swear, dude, that's weird.
Hey,
like,
great minds think alike, bro.
Yeah, we do that a lot. That's very weird, bro. That's very, very crazy and weird. All right, Charlie Kirk talking a little bit about something may sound familiar to you guys.
Take out the mullahs, knock them out. You got John Bolton who's getting a little excited. Let me translate for you right now. He writes in the Wall Street Journal, and you guys know I'm pro-Israel. I don't think I need to prove that any further. I have the scars to prove that I'm pro-Israel from all the campus events.
Jeez.
Iran's Ayatollahs are weaker than ever. Let me tell you what John Bolton is really saying here. He's basically saying that we should go for the throat and we need to execute regime change. That is what John Bolton is saying in so many words.
Yeah.
Did he just say go for the throat?
Yeah, right after he said something else that what did he say?
I
got the scars to prove it from Israel. What?
Where did he get shot?
Yeah, in the neck.
I'm just saying. I find that interesting. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go.
No, and I think that may be worth playing again here because even the part right before that. Let's see.
Israel from all the campus events.
Right.
I have the scars to prove that I'm pro-Israel from all the campus events.
Bro.
Iran's Ayatollahs are weaker than ever. Let me tell you what John Bolton is really saying here. He's basically saying that we should go for the throat and we need to execute regime change. That is what John Bolton is saying.
And just so we're aware, this is June 16th of 25. So June, July, August, September, 3 months before he died.
You give me 2 seconds here. What date was it?
June 16, 25.
Dude, that's a 10-year delta to when Trump walked down the escalator.
That's crazy. June 16.
And so, let's see, to the date he died, it was 9, 10, 20, 25. So before his death, 8. Oh, no. Holy crap. The bomb.
Uh-oh.
We just hit a bomb. We
live
just hit a
dig?
bomb. Yes, live dig.
You want to take the screen or?
Sure.
I like live digs. Oh, God, yeah.
Crap. Well, here we go, everybody. All right, so I need to do one thing before I bring my screen over is dig out of pictures just so you have reference to what I'm talking about because I know not every single person will understand.
You're good.
Let's see.
And while he's getting that, guys, I think sometime in the next couple of weeks, I want to do something we haven't done in a very long time. And I was telling Rambo about it. He's like, oh, dude, that sounds like it was a blast. I'm like, it was. So we used to do a long time ago, and it was only the YouTube days, and we'd have, 1,000, 2,000 people in our chat. We'd find another, like, Democrat podcaster that was live at the same time, and we would raid their chat, but not to stay there. We would just go there and start hitting them politely with facts. Don't argue with them. We're not there to call names. We were just correcting their mistakes. Nothing more, nothing less. So I think I might entertain revisiting some of that, too, because it was a blast back in the day. All of a sudden, they get a bunch of people in the chat. They're like, oh, great, welcome in. And then they realize that we're not there for them. We're there to correct their lies. Yeah, it gets really fun really quick. But the screen is yours,
That's
sir.
amazing.
And, dude, Jack, oh, my God, dude, the craziness with this dude, too. Did you cover that? Because I didn't really cover it hugely. So just a really quick thing, right? Jack Hughes, right? And I knew the first part about Jack Hughes. It was a 46-year delta to the Soviets or whatever. But I think after we covered it either on this show or whatever show I covered that part on, I found out after the show that back in the day when they played the Soviets, that 46-year delta. There was one guy, and this guy right here who won the winning goal, his name was Jack Hughes. But there was one guy back then versus the Soviets before that game. He was cut from the USA hockey team. What was that guy's name?
Oh, Jack
forget.
Hughes.
Oh shit, Jack Hughes. So when they played the Soviets, they cut a guy named Jack Hughes. Fast forward 46 years later, a guy named Jack Hughes wins the gold medal by scoring a goal after he gets his friggin' tooth knocked out. I mean, what the hell? Like, that
Not only
is
that,
just
I can
weird.
add to it. I can literally add to that too.
Please do. That is just wild.
All right, so check this. I'll wrap it back around. So Jack Hughes, as you see, who is this kid here? That's Jack Hughes we just saw.
Yep.
So this Jack Hughes is from this year. So you go all the way back to the 1980 Miracle on Ice. One of the last people to be cut, of course, was the other Jack Hughes. Now, what are the other combinations with this, though? So this Jack Hughes, 46 years to the day later of us winning it, the first of the Miracle, he also won it here, right? So there's your 46 years. But real Jack Hughes from back in the 70s played exactly 46 games in the NHL as well, or that are 46 goals, one of the two. He had 46 games in the NHL or 46 goals in the NHL, so there's another one. So on top of that, the Miracle on Ice movie, or not movie, but the game, the captain of the team was number 21. And it just so happens we beat Canada, both the men's and the women's, to get the gold 2-1. Like, really? Really? All right, so then where I'm going to go with this is what I just asked is where we're going with this is because of what I just took a picture of. I did this so you wouldn't have to go back and forth. Let me doing my thing over here as I do. All right, so you just had this on the screen. So now I got to go back to what we're doing right now. Well, why are we doing what we're doing? You had this on the screen. So he brings up, he has the scars to prove it, executed, and in the throat, which is exactly what happened to him. And it just so happens this date that he's talking for Bolton's on the 15th, the date for him doing this, I didn't get that. There it is, the 16th. That is a 10-year delta to when Trump walked down the escalator. So it's already got my attention. So with that said, I wanted to know from the date of this to when he was quote unquote killed, how many days was it? All right. So number one, this is where it gets creepy. What number does Jack Hughes wear?
Oh, shit. In the 60s or something, 65 or something like that? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. 88? 86?
86. He wears number 86. All right, so here's another relation to it, too. Captain, or him right there, Jack Hughes, his number's 86, and the captain on the Miracle on Ice, his number was 21, and 21 plus 86 is 107, just saying. That's a little separate, though. So here's the thing, though. Where am I going is what's the number 86 represent? When they went to 8645, Gretchen Whitmer, or 8647, Mr. James Comey with the seashells by the seashore.
To remove.
So to kill.
Or cancel.
To remove. Correct. So now let's put this back into perspective. You guys are going to get the fun stuff here. So this guy here, this is before he died. He talks about execution, having the scars, and in the throat as he's talking Iran and Israel. So the date is June 16th. Let's go and do the math from how many days until how he died, till he died. From this to then, what does it give us? 6/16/25 to 9/10/25 is 86 freaking days.
That's crazy.
You gotta be kidding me, bro.
Gotta love how these things seem to just fall in our lap. And then it's like, you know, again, with Charlie too, it's like nobody seems to know, or maybe they do or not. I don't know, like his number too, like that he has on his
11.
account. But yeah, that's crazy too. Dude, isn't that? It's just it's like mind bending, some of this stuff, and it's like,
yeah, I know. And you know what's freakier though, and I have one more piece to add to it because of what I just said. So what are we talking about here? So where'd you go? There he is. So what else happened to him? What happened when this happened? He was bloodied, literally in the throat. All right. Yeah. What happened to our other kid that we're bringing into this? What happened to him? He was bloodied, right? There's his blood. What numbers does he wear?
86.
Let's see what drop 86 says. November 5th, 2017. Finally, correct reference. Saudi Arabia.
Bloody Wonderland.
Bloody is in the drop for 86. That's kind of weird.
And
at the same time, Also, at the same time, look what's in it. Hillary Clinton.
Wonderland
Same
quotes
time.
campaign ebook. What is that? Can you click on that?
Oh, Amazon.
I hate that stupid stuff. Amazon. What is it? Post 86. I just don't remember what the book was. Campaign ebook. Wonderland quotes campaign ebook. Post 86. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone because I know basically a lot of times like it's stupid and they do that to themselves stupidly because they don't let people browse for things unless you sign in for your account. 86. And are you guys starting to see this stuff too on excuse me. I'm starting to notice it too when I'm watching like UFC events and a lot more of this streaming stuff that you don't want to see, where you see a QR code pop up on your screen and take over the whole thing. It's like, what the hell?
I don't watch TV, so I never see that stuff, actually. To tell you the
Change
truth.
country. This screen is available in Amazon. Change countries to continue? The hell? So I clicked on that link, and it went to my Amazon app, and then it says change countries to continue. The hell? Hold on.
You're good.
So I'm gonna put that into the browser itself rather than that is just weird. I've never seen that as many times as I've used Amazon, where it says, "Would you like to change your country or to continue?" Let's see. We're going on Amazon. This is weird. It's not there anymore, dude. So when you go on the Amazon, it's bringing me to Amazon.in. Is that what the link says? Amazon. Yeah, look, it's Amazon.in. What is that? What does Amazon.in mean?
I have no idea. Everybody else can see it. There's the
Oh, dude, that's weird. It's an Indian online marketplace and e-commerce platform operated by Amazon, serving as comprehensive shopping site for consumers in India. Dude, I've never noticed that before. Like, never noticed that. So why wouldn't that come up though? If it's an Amazon website, go here to go back to Amazon homepage. The Hillary Clinton, and what was it called? Wonderland quotes.
Wonderland quotes campaign ebook.
The challenge. That's what she said. Nothing's coming up. That is weird. It must be gone. The Office and a couple of things. Office come up. That's about it though. But weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't even know what that book's about. But hey, we might be able to get our Invitation to the Great Awakening book back up on Amazon. They're going to be doing some more. So basically, I don't know if you remember, me and Red Pill co-wrote the proof chapter in the book, and we had a bunch of other people that chipped in and wrote a chapter of a book called The Invitation to the Great Awakening. We had a #1 bestseller on Amazon for like weeks until they pulled us off. I don't know if you ever seen that, brother.
No, I don't even know. I know nothing about that. What? I'm gonna give the screen back to you. Show us. What are you talking about?
You didn't know, and let me see. And the folks that are listening, you didn't know your co-host was, and your podcaster here was a best-selling author. Oh, yes.
Nope.
I have many leather-bound books, and my office smells of rich mahogany. I don't know why I said that. I just, yeah. Let me pull it up for you. Actually, I got a link for you guys too, and you don't have to buy it. You can actually just go here and read the online version. I don't even think you could buy it online if you wanted to right now.
So G Quick in my chat just said the guy Jack Hughes from the 80s.
Yeah.
He died at 68, and of course that's the mirror of Jack Hughes' number 86. You got to be kidding me.
Wait, what the hell?
So yeah, so Jack Hughes wears 86, and the other Jack Hughes from 1980 died at 68. What are the odds of that one too? Just throw another wrench into it.
86 and 68. That is crazy. Gizmo. I think they put on a Gizmo thing here. So here is for any of you guys who may be new. Think I'm talking smack or whatever. Here it is. Look at we beat Don Jr. How about that?
What?
We beat Don Jr. That has his name on there, so I don't want to put that image up there. That one also has on it. Basically, Captain Roy was basically talking with a couple of attorneys, and he got his book put back on. And so we think he may have some luck in getting this book put back up soon too. And bear with it. Here we go. DocDroid.net. Here we go. So as you guys saw, here was the book that we wrote or co-wrote. Me and Red Pill, Zach Red Pill 78. Me and him co-wrote the proofs section. I was thinking even doing maybe a live stream where we just read this book during like maybe one of the premium things. And just so you guys know, just so you guys know, the premium stuff, like if you ever have premium content, anybody that has a subscription, so say if you're subscribed to Matrix's channel and he happens to go premium, well, you can watch him. If you're subscribed to my channel, you can watch my premium. Now, if you go out and buy premium, I think you can watch anybody's premium on any channel. I think that's like $25 a month or whatever. But the $5 per month subscription allows you to watch any content that podcaster puts out, so to speak. So just giving you that little caveat there. But so here are some of the folks that we had involved in it. Written by Anons and are published republished with their permissions. So contributing editors, Captain Roy D there, Dustin Nemos, who took a trip down the Trump's the Evil pathway for some reason.
I saw that.
After he changed his name to like the archivist or something like that. I don't even know. Whatever.
Yeah.
But Crystal, Scorpio Patriot, not really familiar. Joe M, we all know Joe M from the Plan to Save, what is it? Plan to Save the World, I think it was called.
Plan to Save the World, yes.
Yep. Liberty Lioness, Linda Paris, Lori Colley, Pamphlet, he was on Patriot Soapbox. Radix, I believe, was with Pamphlets on Patriot Soapbox. Red Pill 78, Zach, we all know, good dude. Sarah Westall, great researcher. I try to watch any of her videos that she does. She does a really, really good job of documenting and her interviews as well. Serial Brain 2, who I believe I was the first guy. Was I the first guy? I think I was the first guy to ever read the Serial Brain posts. And then came in War Drummer, who started reading the Serial Brain 2 post. And then came in LT of And We Know, started doing it a couple years after that. And then Zacco DeFracco. So here's all the folks that contributed to this book here. And then we have different ones. I think this is ours. When will it become mathematically impossible? So if we go here, and there's Joe's Plan to Save the World. Have you ever wondered why we go to war, why you've never seemed to get out of debt? So basically that's a little bit of that as well. And I don't think those are pages. Let me see. Joe M, there it is. And so here's links to videos that are no longer up anymore.
Right.
General Michael Flynn describing the QAnon movement. We have an army of digital soldiers. That's what we call them. You guys remember that, right? Here we go. When will it become mathematically impossible? By Spaceshot 76 and Red Pill 78. And so we, in all honesty, we both gave our good proofs, and I wrote, to the best of my writing ability, and I think Bree actually helped me do a little bit better grammar, and then we sent it off to the Red Pill. I said, you proofread this because I'm not the best writer as it's going, but these are basically some of the things, and then we put in some of the ones that we had. Obviously we had to put in the calm before the storm in the White House area there. We have the world's best military people here. You'll find out. Had to do that. And actually, before I go to show on, before we get into any of the Foxcoms, like before you got into any of that stuff, like old stuff, like what was your favorite proof? Because I know a lot of people will like, and one of my favorites, of course, was the tippy top one. And so for people who don't really know the story about that, we'll actually get to that in this chapter here. But they asked President Trump on the 8chan boards, hey, can you throw in tippy top into your State of the Union speech? And that request was either like late at night the day before or earlier in the day on the same day as the State of the Union. So then people were like, oh, he never said it. But then it was like a week or two later that he had the crazy, wild, spectacled rabbit on Easter, and he's like, oh yeah, we thank Melania for keeping this place great, and we keep it in tip top shape. Some people say tippy top shape. I'm like, I almost shat myself. But what were your, any of the old proofs that were, mind blowers to you that you have a particular affinity for? And how about you guys in the chat? Let me know as well.
That one you just said is typically the one I go to, honestly, is the tippy top one. That one there kind of was just like, are you freaking kidding me? Like,
right.
Just like, really? And of course, since then, there's been, I've been asked quite a few times recently about like my favorite all-time proofs and this, that, and the other. And it's like, it's changed throughout time. But when you go back to the old ones, tippy top is literally the one I go to. So,
yeah, I mean, it's solid. It really is solid. I got to say, though, my favorite one of all of them, and I don't know why, is the one when they brought home the 3 prisoners from North Korea and the fire truck with the Q-74 on it. Like, for me, that was like, oh, my word.
Oh.
Like, how do they do that?
My chat just says that Shaunanon is the actual person that asked for tippy top.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yes, I remember that.
Actually, I forgot all about that. Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, then we get to meet and then, do shows with some of these people at the end. Oh, and just so everybody knows, I'm not much for blasting out people, but if you see a Serial Brain 2, there's a person on Twitter at Serial Brain 2 is 100% not the real Serial Brain 2. And you know how I know? I know Matrix is because I seen him and I used to do his decodes and I used to talk with him back and forth and it used to be like he would text me and be like, oh hey, what's up, my friend, how you doing, my buddy, how you doing, long time no seek, my friend. It always would be like my friend or something like that, right? So yeah, I saw this account on Twitter and then I hit him up on a DM and I was like, oh hey what's up, buddy, long time. And he goes, hey, what's up? And I'm like, hey, what's your favorite kind of coffee? And he's like, I don't really like coffee. And I'm like, yeah, you're not the real Serial Brain 2 then. He's like, yeah, I am. I'm like, no, you're not. Because he used to talk about that one kind of Peruvian coffee all the time. Like in every other post, that's all he would talk about is friggin' Peruvian coffee. And I'm like, no. I'm like, first off, you were like, yeah, what's up? I hadn't talked to you, the real one, in 6-7 years. It would have been more than like, yeah, what's up? Like, oh, hey, buddy, I haven't talked to you in a minute. And we used, not like we were talking like best friends all the time, but we were in contact pretty frequently. So the idea that this guy like totally had no idea who I was and didn't know anything about coffee, I was like, yep, you're not the dude. You're not the dude.
Wow.
Sorry. Yep.
Wow.
This one I loved too, dude. I loved this one. Remember the 5x5? So actually, you know what? I don't remember if this was him or if this was Zach's or mine. I don't remember, but I loved this one here. So check this one out, guys. This is crazy. Just prior to the beginning of a meeting, President Trump was photographed holding a piece of White House stationery with some notes on the back. 2 fingers on his right hand, 3 on his left. And I think actually later on, I'm pretty sure that we come to find out that this was not President Trump. And actually, there's a stamp for my watermark for my video there, Space Shot, from my intro. I think we came to find out that this was Pompeo later. I'm pretty sure this was Pompeo. So this is actually
those fingers are fat too.
Yeah,
so.
And there's no wedding ring on there, and I don't think Trump wears one either. But
yeah, he don't wear one.
But I'm pretty sure, and I could be remembering the wrong picture, but I'm pretty sure this one ended up being Pompeo. However. It says, however, it is highly unlikely that both Q and President Trump would both post messages containing 58 unnecessary spaces within 24 hours of each other. The president was listening, and we received the message loud and clear, 5x5, Mr. President, we hear you. So, I don't know how big I can get this. Let's see. The best part I thought about this is if you can see, it says something taking about your appearance, ? Something safe, ? Do you something effective, ? Resources, ? Ideas, ? All of the previous 4 were questions. It was like you were asking somebody. And the last one says, I hear you. And that's number what? 5 of 5. 5x5. So yeah, that's that one for me. I really, really like that one. And then that's it's because they overlaid it onto this thing here. But this one right here, dude, this one for me was huge for a couple of different reasons. And this was mine for sure.
You know, this Q74 truck now has a different meaning now that he's number 47, which is the opposite of 74.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You just over time you just added onto it without knowing it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. One of our favorite proofs was posted on May 10th, 2018. Now you have to remember too. You remember there was a Patriots fight board, and then they had like a regular board that they were posting on. So they had two kind of boards going. One was called Patriots Fight. It had the cannons as a picture on the top, and so that started. They had their own numbers starting on that one, and they were integrated into the larger group. So when we look up, 4,000 whatever posts here. These posts from Patriots Fights are integrated into these, so they're not like separate or missing or anything like that. So, but as it was happening, these posts were numbered separately. So May 10th, 2018, on that day, Q posted on his private board, Patriots Fight, posts numbered 72 through 76. Some may recall President Trump had made a deal with North Korea at that time to secure the release of 3 American prisoners being held there. The day of the release, President Trump posted on his Twitter a video of the 3 hostages returning home, and in that video, there were 2 fire trucks with their booms extended, holding a huge American flag between them. On the same day, Q posted a picture of an American flag, post 74, on Patriots Fight, with the words "Castle Lock" below. In another astounding coincidence, the fire truck holding up the flag on the right when the hostages came home had a large Q74 on it. That, my friends, is too coincidental for our taste. Been many times over the past year where people in this growing audience have lashed out against Q, throwing doubt on his legitimacy. But what are the odds on a day Q is publishing posts 72 through 76 that there would be a video released by President Trump that has Q74, which I might remind people is dead center in the beginning, 72, 73, 74 in the middle, 75 and 76 on the end. So dead center in the middle. And then go find me a fire truck that has a letter and 2 numbers. I'll wait. It's gonna be a while. And dude, I went through so many Google images that day when we seen that, looking for fire trucks with 2 digits, 3 digits, 4 digits, whatever. They generally all have like I think 4 digits. And since then, it's changed a little bit. But you were hard pressed to find any fire trucks with with a letter and a 2-digit number. Period. Anywhere back then.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, yeah, I love that. And this, unfortunately, it didn't really scan really good into this, into this copy here. But obviously, I still have a copy for myself here, and we're working on getting this put back in because you shouldn't be able to have that dork, Will Summer, right? He's got a book, trashing Q, and it's at Barnes and Noble. Meanwhile, Barnes and Noble won't let us put this book in there. So,
that's so stupid.
Yeah, so their whole rule about, no QAnon books doesn't really hold legitimacy when one person can put something negative about them, but you can't put anything positive about them. So I'm going to put this one in the chat, brother. And I didn't even know how, dude, it's 4:00 already, bro. We've been going for 3 hours. Like,
oh, man.
Dude, for me, I felt like we've been here for like 15 minutes. Like,
You're right. Hey, and I didn't know it was this late. Okay, so I have one thing that somebody in my no fake contract in my pilled chat brought up to me. Would you like to see something that happened to me that was a personalized message directed at me this week? That my chat that knows my show, they saw it. They freaked. They were like, "Whoa."
Let me show them something, and then you can show us that.
Oh yeah, you're good. You're good. Go for it.
Show them this quick right here, and then you can show them that.
I'm going to that. I'll be going to that actually. Right. That's part of my decode. That's actually part of my decode.
The screen is yours,
exactly
sir.
where I'll be going, brother. You know it.
And actually, as you're getting your screen up and ready, let me thank just before I don't want it to disappear on me. Big ding ding chat right here. Activity bing. G Westbury, thank you very much for the $20 Rumble rant, and says Sunday afternoon tip jar. Enjoy the show every Sunday, guys. So thank you very much for that. And then earlier again, thank you for Just In Case Friend for the 5 subscriptions, and then Shelly Rose 777 for the other 5 subscriptions, and then Rambo and Friends with the $10 Rumble rant saying stopping by all the Friends channels. That's always a blast. So appreciate that. And what you got? What happened?
Well, you reminded me, I have one more Rumble so it doesn't disappear. Clawpaw, thank you for the $1 Rumble rant earlier. And says, you two work really well together. Boom. Thank you, Clawpaw. Didn't mean to wait that long. So, all right. So here's what happened to me this week. So again, my crowd that's been around me for a while has seen many things that I've and Omazon have like asked for specifically given to us. So in this situation, this was a very pointed message. It directed at me specifically, and I'm going to explain to everybody why. So last week, the week before, so not this last Friday, the Friday before, I went to the, I'm just going to tell everybody my story. I don't care. I went to the pot shop and I got a few different kinds of green. And the one I was talking about all week long, this is not the best picture in the world, but the top of the thing, you can read it. It says mule fuel. Okay. So mule fuel is the name of the pot that I bought. And Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I was talking about this and just raving about how good it was. And on Thursday night, this comes up on our screen, and I paused it for a specific reason, and then Omazon kicked in another piece to it that I didn't even recognize right off the bat, and realized that this thing you see on the screen right here points directly at my mule fuel I was talking about, and I just showed you a small picture of. So on the screen here, you see stand or sit moment fuels new ad. So you see the word fuel, so you have your fuel sitting here.
I see a mule.
I happen to see a mule sitting right here. I'm like, there's no way I'm looking. I was like, dude, mule fuel, my green, it's on the screen. I cannot believe what I'm looking at. And my brain's like frying because I'm seeing this. And then Omazon makes me realize I'm missing something here. There's two words here. It says mess and mess. That caught his attention. So, of course, the word messaging is sitting right here. And I'm like, oh, my Lord, I know where that goes. So let me just come over here. I'll bring it fresh up. There's two drops that have this in it. I'll just bring up the first one, drop 393. It says, board owner, mods, and other patriots, sincere thanks for all that you do. You are true heroes. Here, let me actually. There we go. You are all true heroes. Long overdue. My apologies. There will be a day within the next few months that a scary but safe, personalized message finds its way to you on multiple platforms, recognizing your contributions. We thank you for your service. Godspeed. You. The personalized message. The word message is next to our mule, which is triangulated with our fuel. Messaging, directed, mule, fuel, literally what I talked about all week long. Damn. They actually put together on the screen. Like, that was so weird. That's so weird, bro. And it happens, like, this one was a weird one because we're talking about weed, but they've done a lot of pot segments recently too that are pretty funny, and they're kind of pointed as well. It's really weird how this stuff happens. But that one there, somebody in my chat asked me to show you that, and I was like, yeah, it's a pretty good one. So, because when it comes to this drop here, for anybody out there that doesn't know, Space Shot's been shouted out. He's been cued. Tron on his breakfast morning show, which earlier today, shout out Tron. I've been at his show where he has asked Dan Scavino to do stuff and post stuff, and he has done it. You've already heard that Sean Anon has the one that asked for Tippy Top, and he got it directly out of President Trump's mouth. So whenever I show people stuff like this, and of course this is just a random one, but like when they point you out in a certain way, and it's so pointed that okay, I'll say this too. My real name, my first and last name, including Omazon's first and last name, has been used on Fox together in segments to know it's for me and him, and we can't tell anybody what it is. Like, it's gotten to be that crazy to the point where me and him are cracking up and writing DMs to each other about certain things that they're doing that we can't sit here and talk about, that would break people's brains to prove to you guys how pointed that is. They know who we are. They know what we do. They watch what we do. The white hats are in control, and they're telling us this all the time in coded ways. And it's absolutely mind-boggling.
They do, and he's not wrong, guys. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen Dan and the team respond to us. I'm looking for it, and for some reason, whenever I look for this one, I can never find the damn thing, but I've talked about it, and I've showed it numerous times, especially, like, the one that I really liked the most was that that image of Sylvester Stallone with the Q on his hat with the Princess Diane behind him, and then we said, "Oh." And remember, it was in the Biden, whatever you want to call that mess of the 4 years. It was during that period, the pause, right? And so I literally said, Dan, if we are where we're supposed to be right now, can you post something like, oh, I don't know, like the Rocky theme song, right? And the dude friggin' post a video. It was 2 or 3 days later of Tiger Woods sitting down, tying his cleats, whistling the Eye of the Tiger theme song.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that's bananas, dude. So yeah, they've actually been interacting with Anons for a very long time, and that's not especially, dude, if they're seeing like, you know, I bet you there's a ton of stuff that we missed in the drops and in the post, and maybe even you have missed some of the Fox comms, but they are seeing that, oh my God, like look, we're dropping this down and he's picking this up. We dropped this down and he picked that one up too. So
actually, no. I want to tell you, you are 100%. I've picked up on them picking up on me picking up on them. It sounded crazy, but I'm dead serious. Here's what it is. They'll throw some stuff, just like you said, they'll throw me some stuff out there to see if I pick up on it. Right. And now there's something what I call, they give you a here comes a comm. Like they'll say something that'll trigger me to know I need to listen, or they'll do a hand gesture, something weird. Then what's going to happen is a comm's going to come. Then they'll give that comm, whether it's a number or a certain word or a sentence they say. And then after that, they'll give you a confirmation that'll link you to all three pieces that you'll see. Okay, they were telling you it's about to come. Here is the comm. And then a few minutes later, or our next segment, maybe down the line, they'll give you something else that'll prove what they were trying to tell you to find. Like literally. Actually, you know what? I have a very easy one. Let me see if I have it on my computer right this second. I have a short video that'll give you everybody exactly what I'm trying to tell you guys in a quick form.
I can't remember. I not believe that I can't find this decode, because I used to be able to find it like super quick, and it's like they don't want us to find it anymore. Something song. I put in song. Oh, so every one of Hulk show that we do is gonna come up. I got like 3 things to show once he's done before we wrap up. They're gonna take maybe a total of 2 or 3 minutes to show you guys 3 interesting coincidences we've seen over the last few years that will maybe put your hearts to rest a little bit more than they are already. Just coincidences, you know.
I was looking in the wrong place. I was looking for something that was not the right thing. I found it right away. Okay, cool. Don't play. There we go. So what I'm about to show you and everybody else is kind of exactly what I'm trying to explain without showing something. It's like they'll give you something, and then they'll here comes a comm, here is the comm, here's proof for the comm. I have a short video I posted a little while back that's a perfect hit on what I'm trying to explain.
You're not sharing at the moment, just so you know.
No. I haven't even pulled it up yet.
Okay. So
there you go. Screen shared. Now let me bring it over. So this is from January 2nd is when I caught this. So let me bring everybody over. You can see. Sure, it's full blast. Full blast? Yes, you are. All right. So what is this? How long is this? 2 minutes and 6 seconds. So this is Jesse Waters prime time. Charlie Hurt is in for Jesse Waters because it's just after the new year. Jesse hasn't come back yet. And I'm just going to let myself do the explaining. All right, I have a Foxcom and confirmation from Friday night, January 2nd, from Jesse Waters and Charlie Hurt, who's running the show. Check this out, everybody.
Meanwhile, Lady Mamdani was warm. She put on her $630 designer boots and...
All right, so Mamdami's lady is wearing $630 designer boots. Let's take a look at what Drop 630 tells us. Drop 630, January 27th, 2018, at a matching timestamp from the date, 127, 24. spooky. Happy hunting, Anonymous. Set the truth free. You. Keyword here is spooky. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fast forward in the show just a little ways, and we're going to get a confirmation. 6:30 is the com. Spooky was the com. Now let's see the confirmation. To save time, I'm just going to fast forward this.
Not very so. Use its area not to travel to the phone.
We will slowly get there.
Cause this is
Listening to the
who I am.
I think this be under us and to sweeten. And he's
a popular
wasn't built by communists.
There it is.
Politicians in the state of New York. And Donald Trump, well, he would be like a garbage dump out on Staten Island.
Someone should tell New Yorkers that the Empire State Building.
It's about to get what?
Oh my God.
Spooky, like the price of her designer boots. Yeah, bro. That right there is what I call a Foxcom.
That's nailed on the money, dude.
Brought to you by MatrixQdeBreaker. Boom. Yeah. So there you go. That is what that is a com followed. They show you the boots, gives you a number. I use the number. It says spooky. 5 minutes, or say I think it was like 3 minutes later, they put spooky on the screen with Mamdani up top, bro. Like that's confirmation right there.
Dude, and it came up. I found
can't make that up.
Oh, dude, that right there is, and I like to say it like this. I like to say, like, if you had a statistician, how would you even go about trying to figure out the odds of the possibility of that being a coincidence? You know what I mean? Like, you have to put all those things together. And 630 is a very, could have said that. Those $600 pair, $650 pair, right? 630 though, they're very accurate on certain things. And
I know, and that's why I went to the length of making a Fox logo that says Foxcoms on it, because Fox literally they drop bombs all day long, man. It's crazy what they do, but you have to have the eyes to see it most of the time. So
true. Do that, and I'm gonna actually take this one. I'm putting this in my folder now, so I have it. I'm putting it into my. I'm telling you, I could make a show. Probably a 2-3 hour show out of just my best folder that I have in my things, and proofs. That way I have it now there for all. So I'm going to show you guys this real quick, and then 2 or 3 more really quick things that I think will take no more than a couple minutes tops, and we'll get you guys out of here. I promise.
Yeah, we will get to those thank yous, donations of gold pills. I'm sorry, we'll get to those as soon as we're here at the end.
Certainly do appreciate that, of course. And all right, so here we go for a little bit of fun with Dan. So just so everybody can see what image we're talking about. Oh God,
guys, Tron, you wanna see if Danny Scavino is listening in? See if we can do some requests on. I got a good idea. So the whole Rocky thing. Let us know that was something, and if you're listening, post something. Yep. With Sylvester Stallone or Rocky, or even the music theme song from Rocky, something along those lines.
Or you can post that meme with
I was like, whatever. But I suppose that was a coinky dink.
Wow.
And the idea that he was right. He posted this on his official Stallone website, Instagram, with a Q on his hat. And then people are thinking maybe this is, the hands of Princess Di. But what you can't really see down here, guys, is I have it cropped out too much. It says official Sly Stallone heading into the storm. And so I think I said in the beginning of that video, if we are where we're supposed to be, let us know. Let us know that post. And so he confirmed it. So now let me put this thing back. So as I was looking for these ones, Matrix, I know you'll know all these, and I think everybody in the chat, most of them will know these as well. But I'm not going to play the audio on this because I'll have to do a stupid copyright for a half a second. basically President Trump posted out here, Alice in Chains song. Basically, who was Alice? Hillary Clinton per the drops is Alice, so Hillary in Chains. There was also an email where a Marty Tory, remember that email, addressed her as Madam Alice.
Madam Alice, yeah.
He signed the email as Hatter.
Hatter, yes, sir.
Hillary is finished and has been. Public will see soon. So that was a weird one, you know. Hey, okay. And then speaking of times to and from, I didn't. This one right here was also interesting. We've been waiting for the Senate. Remember, we kept seeing those posts 5347, 5347. We've been waiting for Senate 5347 since it's dropped. Then 45 post number, which in chess means checkmate. Just so happens that the post saying checkmate is 2,493 days from that hashtag checkmate post from 45. Anyone trying to tell you this is reaching or not a proof is either too dumb to understand or trying to get you not to see it. Like I said, we are where we're supposed to be. They stopped the cheating in 2016 and allowed it in 2020 to let people see how nasty the Dems can get. And that was in November of 24.
You went through that so quick. What was it? Let me go back up again. Go back up. Let's see, what does it say now? It say waiting for 53, then drop 45. So, okay, I got that. It just happens that the post saying checkmate is 2,493 days from the checkmate post. Oh, holy shit. I have not heard that one before.
Yeah, so he posted, Eric Daughtry was on this date or whatever, is when the final vote came through to make the Senate makeup of 5347. That post, 5347, just happens to be post number 2493, and it just happens to be 2,493 days in between President Trump posting this, which means checkmate, and that date as well.
Oh, shit. No, I didn't see this one. Holy crap, that's a bomb.
And what else did I do? There was something else to it, too, up here. 113, remember 311?
11.3.
11.3. But this is also...
Oh, hold up. You're going too quick. You got a bunch of shit sitting here. Checkmate. Think about what checkmate. Think about the checkmate. Think of it now. So your date for 523 up top is 113. 11.3 is where I sit at when I see that. Your timestamp starts at 22, who controls the National Guard, and your 4chan number is 11 all by itself. What did we talk about with Charlie Kirk? His number is 11. The special number is 11. So what happened, in my opinion, when checkmate happened? Checkmate was when Charlie Kirk was the turning point. I see that. See what I'm saying? I'm combining with other stuff, but I'm seeing this in a different way as you, is my thing. This is a killer fucking decode, though. Like, holy crap, that hits dead on the head. That's like something I would catch. That's killer.
Yeah, and it's and what else I didn't really catch as I was telling you is the post that says checkmate right here is on 113, and I think it's the date. Yeah, the date from checkmate to this checkmate or whatever was 2,493 days or whatever. It was just crazy, dude. However, it worked out, and I'm just kind of redoing this in my head after not really, thinking of presenting this at all today, and just kind of.
No, yeah, you're good.
Going off of memory.
I know how that goes too. Trying to pull whole stuff and regurgitate them. It's fun.
There you go. Some symbols and notations used in chess and their meanings. Checkmate. Good move. Poor move. Checkmate is a number symbol. And the last fun one I'm going to show you is 2 quotes from 2 people saying things that wink, wink. Is it 2? I think it's 2 of them. I think I got both of them here. Let me see. Wink, wink. It was coincidences, guys. They weren't supposed to say this, but they did somehow.
The other thing is, when you look at the Congress, though, it's like 24 hours since John McCain was put to death. John McCain was put to death. John McCain was put to death. And
then we have the other one with his daughter saying, my father. Oh, you can't kill him twice. What?
This is why when This is why when I refer to George Bush's funeral, whenever I have to refer to his death, I always say when George Bush Sr. was put to sleep.
When he was put to sleep for good. Dude, I got what I think is the funniest. If you want to start thanking some folks or whatever, I'm gonna try to find it. I think it's in my memes thing. But I got what I think is probably one of the funniest pictures you'll ever see of Herbert Walker Bush when he was in his wheelchair with the thumbs up with the neck brace on.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny. Let me see if I can find this.
Let's see.
You guys will. Yep, got it. Got it. You're good.
Oh, you got it. Go for it. Say, Twyla1, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for that $5 Rumble Rant. Says, thanks, guys. Love your brains. Thank you for that.
I want to eat.
All right, let's see. Let's jump over to the pilled side. Let's knock some of these out here. Let's see. Wakeville started us off with a cookie. Welcome and good to see you. Thank you for that cookie. And howdy and cheers. Cheers back to you. Welcome and good to see you. What's up? Lizzie B's in the house. Welcome in, Lizzie B. Thank you for the cookie. We have Rambo and friends hopping in as well, throwing the shade and says, that's the real Jim Carrey. Yes. Earlier in the show, I remember when he wrote that was funny, yes. Let's see. Smiling Moo, welcome in and good to see you. Thank you for that can. Magadai, thank you for, let's see, you got a 12-month bronze tier subscription. That is awesome. Thank you, Magadai, very, very much for that. Judy Ladypug, welcome in and good to see you, and thank you for that cookie, and says, may I ask you to look up a drop for me? I tried, but I am a Dingleheimer. Drop 444. I got a photo. Yes, that's exactly right. 440 is, I looked it up for you as well. And I was going to pull it up, but he's got it going here. Thank you, sir. Drop 444, Ooh. December 23rd, 2017 is your North Korea guys at their computers.
Eric, and who is it? I don't remember who this guy. That's not Perry Barlow. I don't think it is. But this is Eric Schmidt of Google. I don't remember who that guy was. No message on the post, but the implication to this post was that, oh, we got a Google guy over here with North Korea helping these guys out, apparently. Okay.
Yeah, and again, I'm glad you know his name because I'm so bad with names. I didn't know his name either.
If anybody remembers that guy's name, because he is somewhat famous or whatever, but I don't recall. And if you guys also remember, yes, this is North Korea, but we had hearings in Congress where we had some of our military people talking about how they were more willing to work with the Chinese military than our own. Excuse me, it was Google/YouTube who were more willing to do work with Google, with China, than the United States military. Go figure that one out.
Wow.
The highest bidder. But yeah, I mean, it's bananas. But that's it there. That's 444.
Well, there you go, Judy the Lady Pug. I had it for you, but Space Shot got me. Thank you, sir. All right. Shasta's mom, welcome and good to see you, and thank you for those shades, and says, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday back to you. Bong Hall in the house. Welcome in, Bong Hall. Thank you for that 420 gold pills. Y'all know what that means. That light it up. Band Mob Texas, welcome and good to see you. Thank you for that cookie. And says, hi, friends. Hello. Good to see you. Dong Chaser, welcome and good to see you. Thank you for that cookie. Sean Joe, good seeing you. Thank you for that cookie. Geneseppe with the cookie as well. It says, lurking in the shop and hugs. Thank you, Geneseppe. Sean Joe, thank you for another cookie. Two-manism, welcome and good to see you. Thank you for that cookie. Dog Nuts 10, welcome and good to see you, brother. Thank you for that cookie. American Angle, good seeing you in here as well. Thank you for the 100 gold pills. And says, happy Sunday, much love. Much love back to you. And LKW Cross, welcome in and good to see you. I got it right this time. Thank you for that 197 gold pills. And of course, welcome in everybody. Thank you all for being here. If you guys could smack the red pill and or that thumbs up or whatever positive affirmation button you have on every single platform.
Love it, dude. And I never really, I touched on this the other day. I talked about it and I never had thought about it until now is, you know, Jim Carrey, and we've seen the very, very close similarities to him falling up steps and whatnot. And so what I never really put more thought into is we see Joe Biden do like the Biden shuffle, right? He's like very robotic the way he walks and stuff and, you know, shuffles along real small steps, small steps, small steps. So as he walks up the steps here, he like falls down. And then I'm like, wait, how did I not even catch this till like a year later? It's not so much that he fell, but look at the reaction speed to how fast he gets himself back up. It's almost like the person playing it forgot, like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to be playing an 80-year-old guy who's not supposed to be able to pop to his feet like a freaking cat when he falls down. So take a look at it. I mean, I keep the sound off, but like to me, his reaction to how fast he starts getting back up already is like, oh, whoop, let's get back up. Oh, no. Oh, this one was a little rougher, but the speed in which he
yeah,
like these ones right here, like, oh no, I'm good. No, oh wait, no. Like that's as fast as I've ever seen this guy move, and he's going upstairs. Like he doesn't walk straight that fast, and he would be doing more shuffling. So yeah, there's something that was going on.
He was almost trying to jog up the steps too.
Right?
That was what I found odd. It's like he was trying to run up the steps in the first place. That was weird.
I mean, dude. And then like right here, you can't get up here.
And dude, some of the people laughed at him. That's the best part. They caught some soldiers laughing about it.
Like those guys right here.
Yeah, somewhere in the back. There he is. There he is, walking away. I think is that. Oh, maybe he was just.
Yeah,
maybe he was smiling. I don't know, but either way,
right here. Look. They're like, oh shit.
so they definitely caught, they caught people laughing about this when it happened for sure.
Oh yeah,
a wider version. We caught it.
This I don't even know. What is it? Uh-oh. You roller skating? What the hell? That's so grainy. I can't even see what the hell's going on there. But this one I love. We'll just let that one play. Let me head over to the D Lives, and I'm gonna hit up the Foxhole.app. So thank you over here on my D Live to Big Hair Tsunami with a T. Patriot Chick and P Dancer are the top 3 contributors over there. I think I can put another diamond back in there for you guys today. They tell me I have to keep a certain amount, blah, 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 blah. And distributing rewards, and those are coming at you guys in 27, 26, 25, and counting. So thank you guys over there on D Live. Over to the Foxhole, where Bois Blanc dropped the cookie num-nums. Thank you very much. Rambo and friends over here dropped the shades. I heard that's Jim Carrey in a mask. That's what's been going around lately, yeah.
Wait, did you see what he just did? Did you see what I realized what he's doing. He came over to my here. He just said, "What? That's Jim Carrey in a mask?"
Yeah. Yeah, he did the same.
What he saying?
I think he dropped the.
No, he said on mine. He said that's the real Jim Carrey. And he said that's Jim Carrey in a mask. So are you saying that it was Jim Carrey wearing an actual mask on his own face, or are you saying that that's another person wearing a Jim Carrey mask? Which one are you saying? Because the way he did 2 different messages, and the way he said it in both of them makes me think he's trying to mess with us. Because I don't know which one he's trying to say it is.
Now we're decoding messages.
I'm telling you.
Sean Joe, thank you, brother, with another cookie over here. Appreciate that. Q shook me all night long with the cookie. Says, stay safe, everyone. Yes, heads on swivels. See something, say something. They need to be making that a priority to let people know, like, keep your head on a damn swivel, especially now. So, yes, great information there, and thank you for that. And One Thunder, thank you for the can. Followed by Punk Q Rocker 4Q with traditional 217 gold pills. Appreciate that. Sean Joe followed up with another cookie. Space Squad member, founding member. Sean Joe followed up with another cookie from Sean Joe. Followed up by yet another cookie by Sean Joe. So thank you for those 3 in a row. And then P-Quest said, oh, cookie fight? Let's do this. Drop the cookie. Thank you for that, P-Quest. And Sean Joe says, not so fast. We're doing another cookie over here. Followed by yet another cookie by Sean Joe. And then a gifted 1-month tier subscription. He gifted out 2 of those. One was picked up by Mona. So thank you for that there, Sean Joe. And then Mix Picks also grabbed the other one that was dropped out by Sean Joe, who again dropped another bronze tier subscription picked up by Ben Q Lurkin. Ben Q Lurkin, love it. And then, so thank you for those, Sean Joe, brother. Appreciate that. And then Too Many Isms with the cookie. And then Sean Joe's like, you know what? I'm going to give out some more bronze tier subscriptions. Dropped another one, actually another 2, picked up by Sigur Dragon Slayer, and make that 3 more in a row. Tier subscriptions picked up by QEs, like Louise, but with a Q. And the other one was Captain McMuffin, grabbed that one. Then Sean Joe dropped another cookie. Appreciate you, brother. And then Just Jules with the phone. Thank you, Just Jules, and Swickly, my brother, who made that awesome Froggy intro with the cookie at the end. So thank you very much for those, ladies and gentlemen. And I saw this in the chat the other day. In the I'm releasing the scratch-ins, and they should be coming at you shortly. Matrix, in my chat the other day, I had who did I have? I had Enoch came on, and he showed his digital album that he did that I thought was pretty cool. It was and I'll show it up here just so some of the folks can see. If you haven't seen that video, we went through all 12 songs of his album that he made, this AI album, and it really goes to like American history, really cool stuff. And so just kind of show.
Old breath climbed the rafters when I heard that sound.
So it talks about a lot of the history and stuff. And somebody left a comment, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because that same person had sent me over a buy me a coffee, iced coffee. But I didn't want to say it in the chat because I said, oh, maybe they just were mixed up on the names here. But then Marcia sent me over an iced coffee and said the same thing that they said in the comment on Rumble, which was, thanks, Tron. that was great. Enoch's album should be part of the 250th birthday celebration somewhere. Trump is having a teen competition on nation's history to culminate on July 1st, I think. Not sure, but this is a book for kids out now. There's a book for kids out now. Maybe something like his album would be a good companion. It's so good. Want to see everyone see it, especially kids. So thank you for that, Marcia. And that was me, not Tron, but you did end up sending me a coffee somehow and commenting on my video. So I appreciate that either way. And I was more than happy to, show Enoch's work out there. So that's what we should all be doing, is lifting and trying to support other patriots out there. So, Mr. Matrix, anything else you got coming up? Any announcements you want to make or anything?
Well, I do have a couple more thank yous that popped in late. Got those to say real quick. See, Old Salty Dog, thank you for 3 more cans in a row and says cheers. Thank you very much, Old Salty Dog. Swickly, thank you for that cookie. Steve B, good seeing you. Thank you for the cookie. And says love and feel good. Oh, love and feel great system. Awesome, Steve B. Love hearing that, the updates on that. And P. Ann, good seeing you, and thank you for that cookie as well. Also, I have a thank you to say from the Venmo side to Jersey Nikki. This is actually one from, I think, yesterday. I want to make sure, I don't know if she's even here, but make sure I say thank you now and on the next show. Thank you to Jersey Nikki for the Venmo there.
Booms.
Other than that, let's see. What is today? Today's Sunday. So this evening, I'm planning on doing a show this evening myself. I have no clue what I'm going to be doing, whether I want to cover. I have literally so many things that I've been trying to get to do. And then yesterday got all messed up and I didn't get to do any show at all, plus the Iran stuff. So I don't know what I'll be doing, but I'll be doing something later. But of course, yeah, something. This week's the typical stuff, of course, Monday through Friday in the evening time on both Rumble and on Pill, me and Omazon doing our Fox comms as we do. So evening time is when we run our shows. We don't have a start time, but of course we run 6 to 8 hour shows. And of course, Saturday being my one official off day, nothing there. And Sunday, of course, it'll be me and you right here where we're at right now.
Boom. That's your official off day. Let me see. Issue with Foxhole here? Let me see.
No.
Okay, good. No, just on my end, it wasn't showing me that the scratchings were released, and so I had to refresh it to get it. I just want to make sure. Because don't worry, guys, Debbie's got your back. If I don't.
Yeah. And for anybody wondering, I release mine once a month on the last Wednesday of the month, and just did it on last Wednesday. So none to released over here.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, great stuff, brother. What is today? Today is Sunday, so I'm not back until tomorrow evening with Mac and Lisa for Hold the Line. And then on Tuesday, I'm not going to be doing a show. However, I'm going to be recording with Ellen of Truth Teller Tales. And then she's going to upload that. So that's off, not live. And we're going to record it Tuesday. And she'll probably upload it either Tuesday night or Wednesday. And I'll make sure you guys have the link for that. I also chatted with a BB McGuire. I'm going to help co-host her show on the 17th, on Tuesday the 17th at 8 p.m. And, of course, I'll put out the links for those as well. So next time you guys will see me, unless you see me maybe gaming with Hulk later on, is tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. with Mac and Lisa for Hold the Line. We're coming up on episode 200, bro. We've been doing this one for one show a week for, as long as it takes to get to 200 shows. So I don't know how you're the math guy. I don't know that, but yeah, we're on 198 is coming up on eight.
How many shows a week? 2?
Just one show a week. Yeah. So we're coming up on like 5 years, 4 years, 5 years.
4 years. It'd be 4 years of one show a week. Yeah. 52 weeks a year. So 4 years would be just under 4.
Perfect. Yeah. So we'll be back tomorrow, guys, for episode 198 of Hold the Line. This was the MatrixQdeBreaker X Spaceshot show, and we do appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And thank you, of course, to all the mods out there. Do appreciate you guys. Do us a big favor on the way out. If you can click the thumbs up on all the platforms or whatever platform you guys are watching on Matrix's side and my side as well, helps us get onto the leaderboard, which in turn will get more eyes that will in turn click on it, and that will give you fine, wonderful world patriots out there, more tinfoil hat folks like ourselves to talk to. More like-minded folks to talk to, and that's always a good thing. So, yes, please, we do appreciate you guys, clicking the thumbs up on the way out of here, and thank you guys for the donations on there, as we're both actually doing this full-time now. So, for Matrix and myself, we do appreciate each and every one of you wonderful world patriots for tuning in out there, and until that next one, thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Peace.
Peace.
Hello, guys. Something special is happening in here. That's right. It's brackets and jackets. Bringing it back for brackets and jackets. Special Epstein Island edition. That's right, folks. Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, the man with the island, which is suspiciously close to Haiti. That's right. You see, this man, Jeffrey Epstein, is funding lots of people. He's funding lots of people on the street to make sure his shit doesn't get out. That's right. They want the record sealed. And they're paying a lot of people. Epstein's paying a lot of people. Oh, boy. For one, he's got a whole Mossad media matrix in America. And I would bet you anything that Alex Jones is one of them. Prove me wrong. That's right. Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the building with songs about Epstein. It's Breakfast Jacket's Epstein edition. Guys, I had some epiphanies today. I had some real big epiphanies about some guys. A big network of guys and spies and lies and liars. All right, think about this for a minute, okay? The guy in Portland, the scientist that just got busted for producing CP, that guy is 1 degree of separation away from Epstein. Epstein, the investor that lives in West Palm Beach, Florida. I know a guy who lives in West Palm Beach, Florida as well. Investor as well. Also involved as well. And all is not well with these guys. The Florida boys, the Glow boys, the Scott Israels of the world. You see, Epstein is Hillary Clinton, and Epstein is Haiti, and Epstein is a big network of media assets. By the way, did you know that Steve Bannon was going to that guy for money? Also, Epstein is Epstein Oprah. Epstein is Chris Tucker. You remember him. Epstein is also Kevin Spacey. Epstein is also Prince Andrew. Epstein is also... Who else is Epstein? Who else is Epstein? Tell me. You guys know? Who else is Epstein? Is Epstein Big Pharma? Is Epstein Bryan Singer? Is Epstein Naomi Campbell? Yep, all of the above. All of the above. Who is Epstein? Epstein is the keystone of a whole motherfucking matrix. And once you pull it out, it all falls down. Dersh was there too. That's right, we're dropping red pills every day. Dropping red pills in the best kind of way. This is brackets and jackets for the denizens of islands.